Hi everyone, welcome back to another live stream. I hope you're all having a wonderful day today. Woke up to another new conversation from Aunt Tammy. She has a lot to say, apparently. Dunderbun's mom, hello, welcome. Oh, I'm glad you could make it. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Amberlynn went live last night after Aunt Tammy called into Jordy's live stream again, and they had expanded on the conversation that they had the night before. I guess it was like 2 days ago, right? Um, hey, Lily Moon, welcome. Ooh, so she went live, and she was live for a couple hours, so she had some things to say about what Tammy was saying. So I'm not sure if this text that we're looking at here was sent before or after Jordy's live stream. It says 10 p.m., but I'm not sure. Anyway, it's a message from Tammy to Amberlynn. No. I'm pretty sure. Uh, it says with you on my live stream, so I'm pretty sure that's from Amberlynn to Tammy. It says, what you are doing is vile, but you know that already. I will have a call with you on my live stream. I am confident in my truth and what I have to say. So I'm assuming that might have been like from Amberlynn, right? Okay, this was after. Drox, good to see you. Okay, cool. Cause I didn't watch Amber's live stream, but Amber sent it at the end of her live stream to Aunt Tammy, and Tammy said, "Ready when you are. I have nothing but truth and facts." And Tammy's been talking about having like a lot of screenshots to back up what she's saying too. So I wonder if she's gonna. Well, I think she might release those only if she feels the need to. Like the more Amberlynn doesn't really comply with what's going on, I guess. I don't know what Tammy's hoping will happen here, but I know at one point I only watched I didn't really watch much of the live stream actually. I was just going through it. But one thing Amberlynn said, or one thing Tammy had said something about how Amberlynn was already talking to Emily like the day after she had the big blow up, because she said that they talked and they discussed how they weren't going to talk about each other online anymore. So obviously she is in communication with Emily, Amberlynn. And Amberlynn says like, you were in an abusive relationship. You know that you just don't stop talking to them. And I'm like, you're fully aware of your situation. You're still choosing to do this. You're making excuses for your behavior, which she usually will just say BPD, BPD. And it's like, well, if you know that's what it is, why aren't you seeking treatment for this instead of just, well, my ankle's broke, so I can't walk. I don't know. It's just, she just doesn't, well, get, once the ankle was fixed, did you start walking again? I don't know if that's a good example, but she's just like not really helping herself. And she just makes it look so bad when she goes and talks to Emily again, knowing that Emily literally just does not want Amberlynn to be alive. Like, it's just crazy. It's so dark. I can't help but just laugh at it because, like, what else do? You can't do anything to, like, help Amberlynn. She's got to try to help herself. So all we can really do is just watch it happen, right? And discuss it. And maybe if you're going through similar things, you can kind of see yourself in Amberlynn. And you're like, wow, I would be a hypocrite if I were to tell Amberlynn to do something and I'm not doing it myself, And like everyone's hypocritical because we can't always just, have the same point of view for every single thing. It always depends on the situation, but like some people take advantage of that, like Amberlynn. Like she'll say like Tammy has to make everything about her, and we've watched Amberlynn make everything about her. Like she's very much just like her Aunt Tammy, and when she's pointing out Aunt Tammy's flaws, she doesn't understand that she's actually pointing out her own as well, and she's not learning that like, oh, I don't like that behavior happening around me, instead of changing my own behavior to not be like that, I'm just going to continue to be like that. And in fact, I'm just going to throw that behavior right back at her. And like, they're probably never going to have like a good relationship. Supper? I don't know if you guys can hear her in the background. She's been meowing. She's pretty cute. She wants to play, I think. Sup? She's so sweet. All right. So we're gonna get into the call first with Jordy and Aunt Tammy, because then we can hear it all, because Amberlynn like pauses it so much that you don't really know what the conversation is. And like there was a few times too, or there was one time where Aunt Tammy was trying to tell the story and Amberlynn cut her off and wanted to tell her side of the story first before Aunt Tammy could even say anything. So I find it just easier to listen to the conversation with Jordy and Aunt Tammy and then listen to Amberlynn afterwards and what she had to say. Drox, yeah. Yeah, she is making this like worse for her mom, really. She's just, yeah. For her mom's relationship with Aunt Tammy, for sure. If they even had like any kind of bridge to reconnect, they definitely probably don't anymore. And if they did, you know, Amberlynn's gonna be so insulted with her mom for talking to Aunt Tammy, even though she's like way making everything worse by, but at the same time she's just on here like kind of rebutting what Tammy's saying. And then what we do is, you know, read between the lines and see which story sounds more like reality, you know? All right, so we have this conversation with Jordy we're going to listen to.
Hey, how are you today?
Nice to hear from you again, Aunt Tammy.
Thank you.
Nice to have you back on. So we are currently going through the live stream of everything that Amberlynn had to say in response to what you originally had to say. It kind of seems like polar opposites.
Yeah.
Kind of seems like if you say blue, she says red. If you say white, she says black.
Truly. That's been my world for the longest time. Almost to where, like I had posted earlier, come from a family where you know you're going to have to prove that you're not lying or that you're telling the truth or whatever at some point, and that's why I keep every conversation I've ever had with this girl. So I've been looking through a lot of them today.
Aunt Tammy knows the drill. She has to keep all of those screenshots between Amberlynn so that she can say, why did you say this earlier? Well, we know Amberlynn's a little contradictory, you know. Now Tammy mentioned a post. I'm just gonna read it. And this was like yesterday. It says, Tammy said, bittersweet. Coming from a family that makes you feel you have to prove everything at some point or another, I save everything. In addition, it's made me a very honest person, almost to a fault, but it's easy for me to keep my stories straight that way. My stories don't change depending on who I'm talking to. I was thinking, well, that's how Amberlynn's stories change. Some of them are pretty consistent, but like other times it depends when it benefits her, you know? And then she just ends the post saying, the good, the bad, all truth. And she actually has like another couple posts. She says, gosh, looking through all these conversations, been a very long road to arrive at a dead. And then she said, watching Jordy's live now. Been looking at receipts all day. And so I'd say that's where she decided to make a call with Jordy. And then the next one is like 3 hours later, and it says, square up then. And then that's where we get the post. And then the last one was like 10 hours ago when she showed us the screenshot that Amberlynn said, all right, come on my live stream. That's where we're at. So those are the posts that she's been making in the, like, since yesterday.
The one thread, because of course she's had several different phone numbers throughout the years, but one goes back, 5 years, just on the one that I looked at today. But it talks about a lot of the things that she likes to talk about. Of course, I have my receipts and she don't keep anything. So there's that. But the one thing that I definitely wanted to share in this update, because it's just so like, I keep saying laughable, but it's really like, what the heck? She says, where is she? I'm like in the same zone right now. So the November 1st date, yes, is my sister's clean date. But as most of you seen on her video, the way she said, she even got married on my mom's clean date as if it was some crazy psychotic decision that I made because I'm obsessed with them or whatever it was. It was just a weird thing. So here's the truth behind that. That is my anniversary date with my husband. We got together on November 1st, 2012. So that date was already my date before my sister even found sobriety by 3 years. So kind of really weird that she would even go there, period, when in reality I shared my special day, but we didn't plan it. My sister didn't be like, okay, this is going to be the last day I use because it's my sister's anniversary, or vice versa. So it just shows Amber for Amber to try to make something out of literally nothing. But on top of that, my husband's grandmother's birthday is November 1st. Talk about sharing a date. But we were kind of excited about that. Like, how awesome to have a date that means a lot of great things. His grandmother was a wonderful woman. Her birthday, we tied the knot on that day after 10 years of being together and living a life that I only dreamed of with this man. And then my sister finally finding sobriety. That should be a day of celebration all the way around. Yeah. So on top of that, every single year that my sister celebrated a sobriety anniversary date, I would get her medallions. I would make her t-shirts. She's posted several of them. We have pictures of several. But most importantly, on that day was her 7th clean date. 7's always my sister's favorite number, so it was a little special. I got her an extra special medallion. It glue in the dark, and it was beautiful. I was so excited to give it to my sister. My mother at the time was getting in my sister's head saying, well, because knowing that I celebrated my sister's sobriety to the extent that I did every single year, my mom was saying things like, well, this is your day. You don't need to share this with your sister. This is you and your husband's day. And even then, I said, absolutely not. I will always celebrate.
Oh, wow. So it must have been coming up when it happened. Maybe it was something they were discussing and kind of got into a little bit of a disagreement about. But it's weird that the grandma would step in there and say something, but at the same time, it's not, because it seems like grandma likes to start some drama as well. From what we've heard from Amberlynn in the past, she's told some stories. She said that, like, my grandma was cheating on my grandpa. Like, just, just how she's doing with Tammy, but, like, other people have done it, but, just, like, she's like, I'm not going to talk about my grandma today. And it's like, that's fine, but, like, you have in the past, and nobody's perfect, so, just to take all that anger out on Tammy and, like, make her look like a villain. Yeah, that's what she was doing.
My sister's sobriety.
Oh, that's really special.
On that day, I presented my sister with a very special medallion privately at my wedding. And I have text and pictures.
Yeah, Drox, Mama Lynn did choke her out once, and that was like right after this. And maybe not right after. She said it was like, it was when she went to jail. So it'll be like 3 years, I think she said, after the wedding. I think that's what she said. No, they got married. No. She said it was before they got together, right? And when they got together, she said that she was having issues with her sister, remember? Because, like, it was the whole, like, Amberlynn made me tell my husband that I was seeing someone else. The drama.
And all that to prove every bit of that. Should I have to prove it? No. But again, I have it all in case I have to. So when she said that, it really did shake. I was just like, wow, this girl is just beyond a piece of work. Wow. Beyond a piece of work. So that's just one more example of just the absolute craziness. When she says that I never tried to be a good aunt to her. Oh my gosh. When I read back all these texts that I have done with this girl.
Drox, yes. Mama Lynn got sober in prison in 2015. And then the wedding was in 2022. So yeah, she had been sober at that point for a long time. I was thinking of when she said they got together. Because when they got together, it was like 2012, so it would have been like 3 years later when Mama Lynn got sober.
Over the years, I wish I had an aunt like me.
Yeah.
I wish I had anybody in my life that tried as hard as I did to be a person for Amber. Through it all. Even when she disrespected me and lied to me over the stupidest things that didn't even need to be lied about.
Yeah.
You know? But I still wanted to keep loving her. And part of the reason why I'm so hurt right now is because, you know, she says that she texted me in February, something with that picture. That was true. And I did only heart it. Oh my gosh, I'm such a horrible person. I was working at the time, out of town, probably setting up, taking up, busy. So did I get back? But I think you were the one that mentioned it, or it could have been somebody else. That somebody said I was probably really done by then. Mm-hmm. Right? And I think I was. Because if you think about it, I waited all this time for Amber to not only be in my life in a healthy way, but she's moving like 10-minute drive from me. Like, holy crap, I was.
Yeah, okay, so this is something else that'll come up later, because it came up in the last live stream when Amberlynn was on the phone with her mom. Her mom's boyfriend in the background was saying something about how Aunt Tammy wasn't happy with the apartment that Amberlynn chose because of the location it was in. So Amberlynn, I think, gets into that a little bit more, but I'm wondering here if Tammy's gonna kind of say something about that, the location of Amberlynn's apartment.
So excited. And then to go months from Thanksgiving all the way to February. I think we did a Merry Christmas when I had COVID. I answered it the next day. But there was never, from the time me and my sister started arguing, you know, there's always more than just A and B, right? Yes. How do I say this? Let me just use my mom as the example because it's part of the formula. So I'm talking to my mom. She's in my life. And my sister is talking to my mom. They're in each other's lives, right? But right now, me and my sister, we're not talking. My mom doesn't have a lot going on in her life. She's elderly. She's sick. She doesn't really do a lot. So really the only thing that she has to talk about is medical stuff and me and my sister. So when she talks to my sister, she may say, oh, your sister's in so-and-so city. They're doing this. Or your sister's sick. Or your sister did this. It's just normal conversation. It's not talking bad about the other person behind the back or stirring the pot. It was just, you know, and my mom would bring it up at times. Like, I just don't have anything else to talk about. You know what I mean? And so sometimes I did get some information through just talking to my mom. Like,
yeah, okay. So she confirms it there that they have like this kind of relationship, but not really. Through the mom. So like Amberlynn really probably doesn't know the stuff that Mama Lynn knows, because why would Mama Lynn tell her everything that Grandma Lynn has told her about Aunt Tammy?
Any normal person does in normal conversation.
Yeah, as is with a lot of family relationships.
Yes. Maybe my sister and Amber went over to my mom's house one day and was playing cards, and maybe she didn't like the way Amber was talking to my sister and would mention that to me. So when Amber says I haven't been around for 2 years, I don't know nothing, I know a lot. Yeah. A lot. And it doesn't always have to be seen with your own eyes. I mean, a lot of, like, you can figure out, you can read between the lines, you know. I know a lot.
Yeah.
She doesn't really say much, but I know a lot.
My sister is obviously shaken up by this, but I heard on the end of that call, it's very, very low reactive, because I think they don't know what I'm going to say. They know how I am and that I keep all receipts, because it's something I've said since day one. Yeah. You know, so I think that's why my sister's laying low, because we can compare stories all day long, and I guarantee you, I will not be the bad one in the equations. Guarantee it.
So in terms of
a sister and an aunt that has been hurt and is just finally done and just wants to be heard finally.
So in terms of all of these receipts that you have stockpiled from over the years, what do you are you just kind of waiting for them to see how they react? Are you looking to share that? How do you feel about it?
It just, there's so much of it, so it kind of unfolds, you know, like the November 1st thing up, and I was like, well, man, that's a stupid ass lie or a stupid assumption to make or whatever. So it's like, if it was, you know, where she twisted it around and been like, no, you know, that you got whatever it was, then I could have showed it. But am I going to go through decades of text and start posting each and every one? No. But if something was actually questioned, Did
Okay.
you do this? Did you say this? Did Amber say that? Is that, then I would follow them up to prove, no, this is what was said. And this is how I was treated. The whole thing was sending, my sister even a letter. It wasn't about her sending my sister money. I had that. Never asked Amber to send my sister money. It was more a letter. This is the time. She always said she wanted my sister. She wanted my sister. But then when she could reach my sister and actually write her, and I would explain to her, this is the time. My sister can't go nowhere. You could be writing her and getting some of these answers that you've wanted, building a relationship. Now's the time, and she would say and do, and then never, ever, ever did. And then wants to use it. Oh, well, my mom wasn't there for me. Like, it was just a lot of, but as you guys notice, she always expected me. Like, what makes a difference? I'm my sister's sister, right? I'm my sister's younger sister. I lost my sister when I was around 11 years old, I believe. I think she was like 13, 11 is when she left. And I've been fighting for it ever since. And through this, it has really shown me that I have put in so much, gotten so little in return. All I've done is give, 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 give. Amber doesn't even know even close to what my age is. When you start realizing stuff like that, it's crazy. By the way, I'm 54, I'm not in my 40s.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
She
just
just
a little
doesn't
bit
care.
off. Just a little bit off, yeah. And it just really kind of showed me, I have invested so much for so long for absolutely nothing.
It's so funny because she's like, I just want my aunt to wish me a happy birthday. Why couldn't she do that? And she doesn't even know how old her aunt is or which decade she's in of her life.
And the thing that I've kind of been saying is that I think that the reason why she has tried to take the side of her mom and not be on your side is because she can't manipulate you and there isn't anything that she can do to have power or hold anything over you.
Yes, I am the only person that at the end of the day is going to say it how it is, 100% truth, even if it hurts. I even tell my own truths. I've made my mistakes. It's not like I'm like, oh, I'm better than y'all and you guys do all wrong and I'm perfect. I've never been that. But I will call you on your shit and they don't like that. And for the longest time, up until very recent, I have found myself having to hold back to protect the other person, be it my own daughter, my niece, my sister, my mother, whoever it is. And then I think I'm finally at the point where, like, well, what about me?
Yeah. Well, Amber has had
my truth be told.
Yeah. And Amber's had a lot to say about your relationship with your kids. I don't know if you watched her stream.
Yeah, she wanted to bring up my daughter. Me and my daughter haven't talked in, man, unfortunately, I think it's 3 years this year. And I, too, with that, on the Bible, do not know 100% why I had all my grandkids spend the night before this happened. We had the greatest time. We ate, we painted, we just did all the things. 9 grandkids in one living room. It was not easy, right? But we had a great time. Sent my 2 daughters pictures throughout the night. It was wonderful. The very next day, my youngest daughter disowned me and my oldest daughter, went off on us, said never to talk again, and she hasn't. But that is truly a totally unrelated, nothing to do with Amber or my sister, long going, but it's a story, all right.
I think it just goes to show that she's willing to go toe to toe with you, and if you say things about her, she's gonna pull out stuff on you.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen that clear. I mean, her video reaction, like, I've seen a lot, but that was just something. You could tell when they hit the sore spots. You could tell when she, like, was kind of like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
She said that. I mean, it's pretty obvious. She got very defensive in the right parts and, all this stuff.
Yeah, she had some pretty nasty names for you.
Several things. And then if you even think about that, if she loved me and she wanted me in her life and all these things up until I just did what I did a couple days ago, why were you talking shit with my daughter about me? And the way that she says that she hates me and my sister don't like me and all that, that's stuff that they've talked about and felt for a long time, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, because Amberlynn said that she's despised her for a while, and that's why she didn't talk to her. But then she's like, why don't you talk to me? And it's like, well, there's some animosity there towards Aunt Tammy, so Aunt Tammy probably doesn't really want to be around that. Especially some of that animosity is from Mama Lynn, and it's rubbing off on Amber, and she's like, like she said, she'll always defend her mom over her aunt, even though it seems like her aunt was there for her throughout the years when her mom wasn't.
This isn't just, I'm mad because Auntie's talking anger,
Yeah.
So that makes me wonder. And then the fact, I mean, just that she went and seen my daughter that she's talking about one time since she's lived here. One time. And it was to hurt me. I guarantee it. Because if you have a family member that's done what my daughter has done, why would you go visit her? To go talk shit? Well, it doesn't make sense. So that was just another stab. I heard the slow death by a million cuts or whatever on that one reaction channel I heard. It was exactly that. It's exactly what it felt. I've been getting cut and cut and cut and cut, and now they want to know why I'm bleeding.
something major that we have kind of been talking about is Amberlynn's response to the blackmail, and that she said that she was a 20-year-old child, and she mentioned it. She never blackmailed. She never went through with it. Was she aware that you were in an abusive relationship?
100% she was aware. And being 20 is not an excuse. She knew exactly what she was doing. Are you guys?
No, Amberlynn went as far to say that while she was there, she didn't see the abuse between her and her husband. So she almost like insinuated that Tammy was overreacting.
See her go vile in her tone, in her behavior, in her tantrum. It was exactly like that. Let me tell you, she comes from a household of abuse, violent, domestic violence, screaming at the top, spitting in your face. I mean, vile. And so that's what she learned it from her parents.
Okay.
So yeah, it was bad. It was very bad.
I mean, putting another woman in that kind of situation. I mean, I couldn't imagine how nerve-wracking that must have been if you were potentially thinking maybe somebody was going to put hands on you.
And literally, I never thought of it from that perspective until now, until someone said in the comments, and to think, no, everyone's ignoring the fact that she did this after knowing, and she did know. My whole family knew. And he would look at me in the eyes, say, until death do us part, in a very psychotic way, many, many times. And when I finally had enough, I literally told him, take me out, because life with you is far worse than death where I believe I'm going. And that's when, I was willing to die to leave him.
Wow.
But yeah, she was willing to assist in the matter, I guess.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, out of everything that we talked about, I would probably say that stood out the most.
Yeah. And then, okay, so then we can also, all the things that she said in that video was to get to me. The bed bugs, like, that's pretty funny that she even brought up bed bugs at the time that she did, right?
Cockroaches.
And it's just, it's to make me come off like I'm this dirty person, right? Well, there's a little bit of truth in that. My house did have bed bugs just a few weeks ago. I've mentioned before, we travel a lot. We stay in hotels a lot, almost every weekend. And when my husband came back from Salt Lake City, we got a couple bites on our arm, and we started looking, so I YouTubed. And they told me to take an iron to my mattress, and that if we had them, they would come up to the surface. Okay. So I did, and I seen a couple, and I got rid of my bed and my living room furniture because I'm not playing with that. Like, I heard how horrible those are to get rid of. So yes, I got rid of all my furniture recently, and I have spent the last few weeks deep cleaning my house like you wouldn't believe. We already have pest control as a normal service every month.
And what did Amberlynn do when she had bed bugs? She went, meh, well, it's fine, whatever. And Beck's just like, they're like coming out of everywhere. Like coming through the sockets and onto the bed. And did we talk about the second bedroom with Destiny's bed in there? And then, I guess Destiny's bed would have been there for a little bit when she decided that that's where she was going to put the litter boxes instead of down in the closet where it was before. Yikes. She's just so hypocritical. Like I said, when she'll change her story depending on who she's talking to, So like it wasn't a big deal when it happened to her, but when it happens to someone else, they're horrible. Oh my goodness. Hallie, hello. I hope you're doing good.
Since we bought this house 3 years ago. So it's just the way she says it, as if it's this horrible, and I'm mad at her because how does that even make sense? You said yourself, I haven't seen you in 2 years. Why would I be taking out the fact that I have bed bugs out on you?
Right.
But, it had nothing to do with about being gross. In fact, when people heard that, people that know, they're like, you're one of the cleanest people I know. I'm like, yeah, but let Amber tell it. Someone who's been in my house.
I mean, really, I think that was only brought up just to make your character look bad.
Exactly. And then another part that I heard was, in her old video when she came, we went out to bowling and we went camping, and we had so much part that I heard her old video. We went to bowling, we went camping, and we had so much fun, and she just had the time of her life. And then when she came back to live with me, it was boring, and we didn't have food and all that. Well, something I'd like to say about that is I was struggling back in those days very much in multiple ways. So the fact that I took her camping, took her bowling, did anything extra, I had to sacrifice to do that. I can't tell you how I pulled that off, honestly, because if at the same time I didn't have enough money to eat.
And even at that point, she was 18. You didn't owe her shit.
Absolutely. But besides, it's like she don't see the fact that, wow, my aunt was really struggling there. But she still, when I thought it was just a visit, I pulled out all the cards I can to do what I could for her. And then she lied and said about food stamps. She never got food stamps.
Okay, well, if Aunt Tammy was struggling so much, she probably shouldn't have invited a child who has as many issues as Amberlynn did, because she's 18 or not, that's still teen. You're still a child, and especially Amberlynn. You know, like, if Tammy didn't think that she could handle it, she probably shouldn't have taken on Amberlynn as a responsibility. But apparently she thought she could handle it at the time, but now it's sounding like, well, maybe she thought Amberlynn would be more self-reliant, but like because she didn't know how Amberlynn probably was. And I think at one point Amberlynn will say that she was living with her wealthy friend's parents, who were, or her friend's parents were wealthy, so she like had the means for something. I don't know. She was just kind of talking about that, but it just seemed like she, I don't know, maybe had a couple options of where she wanted to go, but it seems like she went with Tammy because she wanted to rekindle that relationship. Plus, like, I think like the parent, I don't know, after 18, she kind of has the freedom to go where she wants. Lily Moon, yeah, she could have worked to get food. Still don't get why she needed food stamps. Let's see what Tammy says about that.
Living with me. She didn't live with me long enough to get food stamps.
There were never any food stamps.
There was never. I was on food stamps.
Okay, so Amberlynn has said that she's... I don't know if she actually got... I think she got approved for food stamps, and that was the conversation she had with Tammy about how she's like, oh, finally I'll be able to kind of help out a little bit. And then they got into a fight about that. Somehow. So maybe the food stamps weren't really a thing yet, but it was like she got approved for it. Because then I'm thinking, I'm pretty sure when she was with Casey and she was going to school, she had food stamps too.
In my older life, I don't know, 15 years ago, I think would be probably close to the last time I've been on the system with food stamp stuff. Well, but she never got food stamps while living in my house.
Okay.
I got food stamps for me and my kids and grandkids at the time.
The way that it was phrased by her is that she was kind of a savior and she was providing. Yeah.
Yeah, and I got mad at her when she said, I'm just so glad I could help. My brain ticked out. I was just like, what the hell? So I call my daughter. And I ask her, Ashley, I'm just wondering if I can't remember something. When Amber this, and I don't even have to finish. And I was like, she never had food stamps. What is she talking about? I tell her about it. On top of that, my daughter was only 18 years old at this point, and she was working at a Sonic drive-in. And when Amber and her brother were trying to fly home, their baggage was too heavy. So they would either had to have left some stuff at the airport, or they'd have to pay extra for a plane for the baggage. Didn't have nobody. So my daughter at 18 paid it for her, and she said that the foster parents would give it back to my daughter when she got home. Never got it back.
Okay, so I think Amberlynn kind of goes into something saying that she told us this story before, which she did, and she had to get an extra seat on the plane, and then she called her foster parents at the time, the friend's wealthy parents, and asked them if they could pay for the extra seat. Now, I'm thinking that happened, but they might have also had to pay for extra baggage. So, they're both telling the truth, but they'll, like, I'm not sure if Tammy's going to bring up the extra seat. Maybe she didn't know. She just is going to say, like, my daughter paid for that baggage and Amberlynn never paid it back, but said that the foster parents would. So, yeah, that could have very well happened, but Amberlynn will just, like, go into a spiral saying that she had to buy an extra plane ticket, and anyway, we'll see exactly what she says here. You guys in the chat.
Never got it back. This is the same girl that took in her mom several times when she had no place to go. But never once in the hundreds of thousands of dollars that she has made off of YouTube has she ever once to pay back that tiny little $60 thing that an 18-year-old child gave to her back then. You know what I mean?
And at 18, $60, yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so there's so much that you actually forget sometimes until something triggers that memory.
I don't think Amberlynn was making money off YouTube until she was about 25 years old. So, like, at that point, maybe when she did actually have the money, she wasn't talking to the cousins, or the $60 that they owed 15 years ago wasn't that, like, pressing or something. Like, I don't know. Maybe I think Aunt Tammy's just talking about, like, the principle of the situation. But realistically, like, yeah. I mean, she probably should have tried to get that extra money from the foster parents, where, like, she said she would back in the day. But, like, at this point, it's just kind of, it's a little silly.
Or you go looking for that receipt and then you see the whole conversation. I'm just like, just wow.
Yeah.
And at times I've stopped watching her YouTube. Now, I have seen what I thought to be every video she put out for years, right? And then there'd be times where I would have to stop watching. My whole entire family can tell you this, because I wanted to know Amber so bad. It was a void I had inside of me from the time she left when she was a baby. So I'm always trying, and I had to find out about Amber through YouTube. I would even tell.
Yeah, I think most people, like, 15 is when you're like, yeah, I need a job. I need to, you want to do your own things, especially in high school. But, like, yeah, Amberlynn didn't have a job until she was, what was it? It was in 2015. She would have been 24 when she moved in with Destiny. That's when she got her first job. But she also said that she kind of, like, volunteered after school, I think. So she's, been out there a little bit, but when she moved in with Casey, it was either get a job or go to school, and she chose to go to school, and then met Crystal and moved in with Crystal and didn't finish her education. And then didn't have to work because Crystal's parents were paying for everything.
Oh, Amber, I'm not just another YouTube follower. I'm your aunt. Mm-hmm. I shouldn't hear every detail of your life through YouTube.
Yeah.
So I'm going to quit watching your videos. And if you want me to be in your life, you can let me know what's going on in your life. Well, instead of doing that, she would wait, and then she'd come, are you watching my videos again yet? I told her no. I really wish you would. I even told her in this text, no, I'm not. I have to take care of my mental health. That's how much it was affecting me.
Yeah. Well, it kind of sounded like you didn't want this. You didn't want it to come to this.
No, absolutely not.
This whole, like, oh, why is she bringing it online? Why is she airing our personal business? It didn't start out like this.
Drox, yeah, she was working part-time for a little bit, but then she decided that, or she was basically she was there full-time hours, but only getting paid part-time, because she was there, like, when Destiny was, because she didn't want to stay home alone. So instead, she just leave Wasabi home alone. I'd rather be hanging out with my cat than just keeping tabs on my partner at work. Like, goodness. Drox, thank you so much for the wonderful conversation. I hope you have a fun day.
It's just, this is you at the end of your rope.
Yeah, I could have done this years ago. I mean, I could have made some money off of YouTube by now, don't you think? I mean, yeah. So many people. But that's not the intention. Never was, never will be. Like, it's not that. I'm not jealous of Amber or her money. I live a very comfortable life. I don't need for anything. It's not about money at all. It's about her slowly killing herself, and I can't keep watching it. But yet, I was addicted to watching it, trying to help her. Yeah. I couldn't stop.
Is that kind of how you felt when you reached out to Emily? Was that you trying to help her?
It's just, if I could get one, like, I can't, I still cannot, my brain cannot wrap around the fact. Let's even believe that, even though I could never, that she didn't really believe Emily was a feeder. Regardless, now. Yeah. And after that big blow up that they had, and Emily did what she did, and all this stuff online, the very next day, we're talking again.
Yeah, so this is the part in Amberlynn's stream that I saw where she, like, blows up on Tammy, saying that, like, you've been in a relationship before, like, toxic relationship, you know what it's like, you can't just stop talking to them. Like, Oh my God, you don't even hear yourself talking right now, and you're making excuses for talking to a woman who literally doesn't want you alive. Like, this is crazy. And, like, she's in denial of that fact. And it's straight up, like, it doesn't sound good when I say that this girl doesn't want her alive. But, like, what else is it? You know, she's not helping her with her health at all. In fact, she'd rather, like, Emily reminds me of, like, one of those, what do they call them? The angels of death or something, where they're like working in healthcare, but would rather see people struggle and then want to have that like their life in their hands. And like, oh my God, she just creeps me out so bad.
Or like it was my, and I don't know, it was like, it was the straw. It was like, well, I guess it was the realization that Amber really doesn't want to lose weight. And I truly have wasted decades trying to.
Because if she loses weight, she can't be a victim.
Yeah.
And that's her ultimate trump card.
Yeah. Yeah. The talk about, oh, I don't know if she's still sober. That's just to get underneath my skin. I don't drink alcohol anymore. She knows it's a touchy topic, so she wanted to put that out there, saying that I'm doing this because I may not be sober. I'm sober. I smoke medical marijuana, and I dab it. They call it dabbing. Take it for what you want. That's what I do. That's all I do. I don't do prescription drugs. I don't do alcohol. I don't do anything but smoke medical marijuana. Right. And it's legal here, so it is what it is. Yeah. I would never, ever... Oh, she says that my sister has never smoked pot in her life. That's a lie. Why did she lie? Beyond me. What did she get from lying about that? My sister has smoked pot multiple times, but my sister does not like pot. It makes her paranoid if she don't like that feeling.
Yeah.
Why did she lie about it? I don't understand. It's always another issue, too. I am the only one in my family that had anything to do with this that is a firm believer that my sister should not be around alcohol.
Right.
Alcoholic in recovery, right? She comes over to my house, holiday parties, whatever it is, even when I was drinking, would never drink while my sister's here. And in fact, anyone coming over, I'd say, hey, we have band practice sometimes. My husband's a musician too, as a hobby. We have band practice at my house. And on those nights, we're definitely drinking nights. If we had him on a night that my sister may be by, it didn't start until after she left. I would never. Amber had my sister take her liquor stores to get those buzzball things. Like, who does that?
Yeah, really.
Amberlynn's excuse is that the buzzballs were actually at the grocery store. So yeah, she'd get it when Mama Lynn would take her shopping. Either way, it's still alcohol.
And you think that's bad enough? Wait till you hear this one. The Ozempic shot?
Uh-huh.
This caused a fight with me, Amber, and my mom. Amber was making my sister come over to give her her Ozempic shots.
Yes, we knew about that. But I think what we don't know about, and I think Amberlynn spills the beans on, is that Mama Lynn was also taking the Ozempic herself.
Because she couldn't give them to herself.
Yeah, we know. She showed that in the vlog.
Okay, and my sister's a recovering addict from shooting up drugs.
Right. There was actually
ask your mom to even hold a needle.
Yeah, there was actually a joke that your sister made in one of the vlogs, and she said something along the lines of, "I know my way around a needle."
Yeah, that's disgusting. She could have been a trigger just one time from doing that. Why would you even ask?
Do you think that this was deliberate?
I don't know. It'd be easy to play victim again if my sister was to relapse, wouldn't it?
But I mean, taking her to have her take her to the liquor store, do my injection. Like, was this kind of like a way of Amberlynn getting back at her mom?
It's a way of control. It's a way of Amber getting.
Yeah, so I wonder if Aunt Tammy even knew that Mama Lynn was taking the Ozempic as well.
Anyone to do anything for her. She loves it. She loves it.
Jeez.
When I heard about it, then I tell my mom, I am livid. I can't believe this. Why would she have my sister even around a needle, let alone shooting it into her body? Doesn't she see that can be a trigger? Blah, blah, blah. So then my mom mentioned it to them. And then, of course, my mom got on too because she brought it up. And I was like, tell them I said it. It's okay. It's just how I feel. I just think it's really weird.
Yeah.
Just another reason for Amberlynn to not want to talk to her aunt and have this like kind of disdain for her. And, I think this was been boiling for a while, and Amberlynn just wants to make it seem like it was all Aunt Tammy who was avoiding Amberlynn when Amberlynn was making it easy to avoid her because she didn't seem like she wanted to be around her.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate I appreciate all the clarification, because from what Amberlynn has had to say, and I'm sure that she'll respond to this as well, and I'm sure she'll have her own side of the story, and but there were some things
maybe me and Amber need to get on a live and compare receipts and stories and see how that goes.
I mean, I'm happy to be the medium here, but I don't know if she's interested in talking with you.
Oh, probably not. Probably not.
Probably not, because there's nothing for her to get out of it, you know?
No, she knows I'm done.
Yeah. Well, it looks like she just started her live stream now, and she put "aunt" in quotation marks. So I don't know if that is her disowning you or what, but...
Oh, I hope so.
Oh, geez.
I hope so. I really do want it to be like over at the end of all this. But yeah, she's very manipulative, so we'll see how that goes.
All right, Tammy. Well, maybe we'll see you again.
All right. Have a good night.
Have a good night. Okay. She's sniping. She's already live reacting? Missing for hours while that door was open, but Amber didn't notice because she...
All right, so that was the conversation. A little shorter than the last one for sure. Now we have a good hour of Amberlynn listening to this and giving her side of each of the points that Aunt Tammy was making.
Never actually lets them
To her.
Oh, I'm trying to find where this started.
Okay, so we are going to put a pause on this. I am going to run to the restroom, and when I return from the restroom, I have a surprise for every...
Girl, I'm a hater, but this has turned me to an amb.
Everybody.
Thank you.
So stay tuned if you need to go...
That has happened to literally a lot of people. Like, I have got... Like, this all started back, like... a lot of people have been just like, Amberlynn, I used to be, like, a fan of the reaction channels. Like, I used to love the reaction channels, etc., etc. And, so many people are just like, I'm sorry. And yeah, anti-boring and serving lukewarm tea. Oh my god. All right.
Go get a snack if you need to use the bathroom.
I just don't get why she decided to do all this today.
We're about to get into something fun.
The fact that Jordy's like so excited just goes to show that like he genuinely like lacks empathy, sympathy. Like he reminds me, like no tea, no shade, of someone that's like maybe antisocial personality disorder, maybe like a little sociopath type deal. I don't know what it is. There's armchair people calling me a narcissist every day, so I'm gonna throw it out like I see it as well.
You know, she says armchair people, but she really doesn't know other people's education and what they actually know compared to what she does when she throws her things out there. I mean, some people know a little bit more what's going on with Amberlynn than she knows what's going on with her. But they're just haters. They didn't study these things at all.
Like you can just see it in his eyes. Like I get it. Like I'm pale as they come. Like it looks like I haven't seen the sun in literal years, but it looks like he hasn't seen the sun his whole life. He's gray. Like work on it, honey. Maybe get on some vitamin D, go outside a little bit. I feel like I go outside more than you and that's saying a lot. Maybe you should also get a dog because I swear Twinkie is the only thing that like puts me outside in that sun. So thank you. That's why I love you so much. Like genuinely, I understand depression and stuff, but like to act like you're holier than thou and like high and mighty and like you're the best thing since like sliced bread is just like not it. It's like genuinely not it, and it's never gonna be it, and it's not it for me. I can see right through you. I have been in rooms with people with your set of eyeballs. Your eyes genuinely scare me. Like I see crazy in them. Like genuinely terrified. Oh, Rosie, I'm gonna make fun of anyone's looks if they make fun of mine. That's all he does. He banks on it too. All right, let's get right into it. Jumping right in, sorry. At least he could do the dishes. I do my dishes every day. I do my dishes every day.
From you again, Aunt Tammy.
Thank you.
Nice to have you back on. So we are currently going through the live stream of everything that Amberlynn had to say.
Amber, you look really pretty today. Thank you. I feel rough.
In response to what you originally had to say, it kind of seems like polar opposites.
Yeah.
Kind of seems like it.
So I just want to start off. Actually, I have a few notes before I start actually reacting to this. Hello, window beautiful. I do, Rosie. Thank you. Okay. So the first thing, like my aunt started off this whole thing is like, you and Tommy might Patel. I don't know what that means. Thanks for super chat. Okay. Oh, now I'm okay. I didn't know sending one message to someone is a harassment. Pop off. Okay. Anyway, so when my aunt started this whole thing with Jordy, like last live stream, like she literally said, everything Amberlynn's done to me in these last 2 years is just like horrific. You didn't name a thing. You didn't name a thing because you know I've done nothing. Like everything you named was when I was like 17, 20, 22. Like I get it. Like imagine undiagnosed BPD, thrown around, just got out of like thrown around foster homes, kicked out again, like thinking you're gonna have this relationship with your mom, kicked out again, like the whole nine. Like, yeah, I was a little hecticana, but like you're hecticana because why? Like you were a lot older than me. I could have learned by example, but instead I was thrown out yet again, all because like.
Could you imagine though, having an 18-year-old move in with Amberlynn right now and she think that, and she's the one who has to be the emotionally stable one to try to help this child navigate through life after having such a rough childhood. Like, you know, she's putting a lot on her aunt, but I don't think Amberlynn would probably be able to do any better if she was in that situation.
I stood by my mom's side. Like, that's cool. But like, let's talk about like what happened the last 2 years. I have genuinely done nothing to you. Like, that's the part that's like, excuse me?
If you say blue, she says red. If you say white, she says black.
I can't believe anyone is questioning your BPD. You are very BPD. I am very BPD. That is true. You have to have awareness to be able to heal from it somehow. You can't fully heal, but you can like work on your shit. Like, it's something I'm gonna have literally forever.
Truly, that's been my world for the longest time. Almost to where, like I had posted earlier, come from a family where you know you're going to have to prove that you're not lying or that you're telling the truth or whatever at some point, and that's why.
I never once like called her a liar. I just said, bro, why are you bringing up things that happened when I was 17 or 20 years old? Like, to me, that's like weird energy. And like, where is this coming from? And like, can we talk about what I've done to you in the last 2 years or even in the last 5 years? Because like, I've done nothing. That's the part that's like, where is this coming from? It's like genuinely the weirdest. Like, I feel like I'm in like a different land, like fully. Can you guys press 1 if you do hear my aunt, please?
Keep every conversation I've ever had with this girl. So I've been looking through a lot of them today. The one thread, because of course she's had several different phone numbers throughout the years, but one goes back, 5 years, just on the one that I looked at today. But it talks about a lot of the things that she likes to talk about. Of course, I have my receipts and she don't keep anything. So there's that.
You don't keep anything. I still have all my phones. So that means I do have my receipts and I do have my text messages. So that's not true.
But the one thing that I definitely wanted to share in this update, because it's just so like, I keep saying laughable, but it's really like, what the heck? She says, where is she? I'm like in the same zone right now. So the November 1st date, yes, is my sister's clean date. But as most of you seen on her video, the way she said, she even got married on my mom's clean date as if it was some crazy psychotic decision that I made because I'm obsessed with them or whatever it was.
You're not obsessed with my mom. You're addicted to me. And you literally admitted that in the last live stream.
That was just a weird thing. So here's the truth behind that. That is my anniversary date with my husband. We got together on November 1st, 2012.
I actually genuinely don't care. I genuinely don't care. You cheated on your husband to get with this guy. I genuinely don't care.
It was so important 2 days ago now. Now it's not. Because it's not as big as a deal as Amberlynn thought it was, so now she just doesn't care. Because she can't use it to emotionally manipulate, but now she's just gonna say, you cheated with this man, so I don't care. Well, at least she's not feeding her to death, right?
Like, okay, cool. Is this also like the anniversary date of, when I cheated on my husband? Like, I genuinely don't care.
So that date was already my date before my sister even found sobriety by 3 years. So kind of really weird that she would even go there, period. When in reality, I shared my special day, but we didn't plan it. My sister didn't be like, okay,
You shared your special day. Like, okay, that sounds narcissistic.
this is going to be the last day I use because it's my sister's anniversary, or vice versa. So it just shows Amber for Amber to try to make something out of literally nothing. But on top of that, my husband's grandmother's birthday is November 1st. Talk about sharing a date. But we were kind of excited about that. Like, how awesome to have a date that...
Normally, I wouldn't care about something like this, but I think it's because, like, I've known my aunt since I was 17, and she does make other people's joy, like, about her. She makes other people's pain about her, and then tries to, like, make it worse. That's something me and my mom have, like, talked about, like, ad nauseum, is my aunt is very much the type of person that, like, everything is about her.
Well, maybe that's where Amberlynn gets it from, then. Countless times where things were happening to Beck and it was feel bad for me.
Like, if you're like, oh my God. When I was so excited when I was...
I remember there was one time where they were going to go swimming and at the lake, Toxic Lake, in Kentucky, and Beck's mom needed help because she had twisted her ankle or something, like something had happened, so she needed medically, so she needed help with something, and so that delayed them going to the lake for a little bit. So Amberlynn just seemed like she was real pissed off because she was like, well, I was looking forward to going, but we might not even go because it might be too late, and like just it was all about Amberlynn and not being able to go swim.
About to move into this apartment, like genuinely so excited. I was so pumped. I was like, you have no idea. My aunt made it about her. She got so mad at me. Like she blew up at me saying how she's never going to come visit me because of where it's located. Like it was like unhinged. I started bawling my eyes out because I was going through a breakup. I was about to move to a different state. Like a lot of things were about to change. If you hear meowing, Wasabi and Romeo were playing, they're so cute. Like a lot of things were genuinely about to change, and I was already super overwhelmed with all of the changes. And like she was so rude, genuinely about my happiness. I was so excited. I found the perfect apartment, etc., etc. Like it was so weird. Like I have those messages too. If we want to like do like the message game, it was so weird. And like I immediately contacted my mom and I was like, Mom, did I start crying? And my mom was literally shocked. You know, that's just like a tiny example of what I've had to deal with since I was 17. It's just like, you know, I share something like super traumatic with her and like she'll make it about herself, or I'll share like something super happy and she'll make it about herself. Like that's what I've had to live with. That's been the pattern. It's like the straw that broke the camel's back, or it was like the last drop of water.
It seems like her aunt's trying to insert herself into Amberlynn's life because she thinks like that's the way to have a relationship with her, maybe. It's not great. And it's not working, but I feel like that's the dynamic that they have.
In the water bottle, you know, et cetera, et cetera. It was very much that type of situation. Like if this was just like a one-time thing, I would have just been like, wow, cool. Like they're sharing dates, but like my aunt is a known, I don't know how to explain it. Like a known, like it's all about me type of deal, you know?
Means a lot of,
like we have to like also like, everything I'm talking about is not like all black and white. There is tons of gray areas in these situations, and why I react to her the way I do, why I respond to her the way I do, why I feel about her the way I do.
And she could probably say the same about Amberlynn.
Is because it's been like nonstop, genuinely my whole life since I was 17.
great things. You know, his grandmother was a wonderful woman. Her birthday, we tied the knot on that day after 10 years of being together and living a life that I only dreamed of with this man. And then my sister finally finding sobriety. That should be a day of celebration all the way around. Yeah. So on top of that, every single year that my sister celebrated a sobriety anniversary date, I would get her medallions, I would make her t-shirts. She's posted several of them. We have pictures of several. But most importantly, on that day was her 7th clean date. 7's always my sister's favorite number, so it was a little special. I got her an extra special medallion. It glue in the dark, and it was beautiful. I was so excited to give it to my sister. My mother, at the time, was getting in my sister's head, saying, well, you know, because knowing that I celebrated my sister's sobriety to the extent that I did every single year, my mom was saying...
And then you stopped doing that because you and my mom got into an argument 2 years ago, and my mom has genuinely had to cry to me about how sad she is that you have taken one argument and completely flipped her whole world upside down. Like, speaking of crying as well, like, a lot of people were saying how, like, I was purposely choosing my mom's side and, like, all of this stuff. Like, crazy nonsense. Like, I'm telling you, I was not choosing anyone's side because I wanted them both in my life. Like, that was something that was very, very important to me because, like I said, prior to me moving here,
well, maybe she was trying to stay objective about the situation, but then was more convinced because she was hanging out with her mom that her aunt was probably not in the right, and that was leaking out, and her aunt could feel it because obviously they didn't have a very close relationship. But yeah, so I'm thinking maybe that Amberlynn and her mom had such a close relationship for the last couple of years and her aunt doesn't really want to be around her mom, and thought maybe, well, just like when she's around her mom and has to hear about her sister, if she was around Amberlynn, she'd have to hear about her sister as well, and probably just didn't want to kind of have an actual relationship with her sister at this point.
Me and my aunt have been fine. Like, we have had no dramas, nothing for like a few years. So it was something that like genuinely I was like excited for. So, sorry, I got distracted. I saw my dad's name, but thank you for the money. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so like there was no like sides. For the last 2 years, I have cried to not only my mom, but I've cried to my grandma about why is my aunt doing this? Like, why has she decided to like take out her anger that she has on my mom? Why has she decided to take it out on me? Like, why didn't she say happy birthday to me? Why didn't she invite me to Easter? Like, why won't she respond to my text? Like, why won't she call me? Why won't she come visit me? Like, she knows I don't drive. She knows I don't have a license. Like, she has a license. She drives. She has a car. She has the freedom that I do not have. So she has it like one step easier. Like, all of these things that she promised, like, oh my God, I'm gonna come over every day. And we're gonna like the list goes on. Like, none of that ever happened. And it's not because of me. When I went there on Thanksgiving, my mom went there because she was putting her pride aside, putting all of that aside, because she wanted me to have a special Thanksgiving, because it was the first Thanksgiving that I had with family since I was a little girl. And that meant so much to me. But like, my aunt's not willing to do the same. She's not willing to put her pride aside and realize that, yeah, I get it. Like, Amberlynn is the niece. Like, Amberlynn is my niece.
Amberlynn just wants everyone to cater to her. I guess her aunt's feelings aren't really coming in here. She wants Amberlynn wants her aunt to put her feelings aside and just be happy for Amberlynn. Like, it's ridiculous. She's a funny character.
That is my sister's daughter, but like, Amberlynn has nothing to do with this argument that I am having with her mother. Like, that genuinely is like what is like has hurt me, and I have demonstrated that pain. I have shown that pain in front of my mom, in front of my stepdad, in front of my grandma. I have cried about it. I have been confused. I have been so sad and heartbroken over it. And it's just like, for her to like somehow twist this, like, has been absolutely like insane to me, like, genuinely.
Saying things like, well, this is your day. You don't need to share this with your sister. This is you and your husband's day. And even then, I said, absolutely not. I will always celebrate my sister's sobriety.
Oh, that's really special.
You won't always celebrate it. Like, you had an argument with your sister. Siblings have arguments. It's what happens. But you move the fuck on. You move the fuck on. And you haven't been able to.
Well, if you just move on, you're going to be moving on without even ignore everything in the past and just move on and not fix it. Yeah, that doesn't cause any animosity at all. It doesn't build up or anything. You just forget about how they made you feel and what they did, because it's fine. And they're going to make you feel like that way again, so be prepared. It's like with Emily. She knows how it's going to go because she's already lived through it, but she just keeps going back for more. Like, it doesn't really make much sense, and she just kind of wants her aunt to gloss over anything that she's ever done or anything that's ever gone on. You have to like actually talk this stuff out and get over it. You can't just get over it. It's such a like dismissing thing to say.
To do that. My mom literally went out of her way. I think it was, I don't know, timelines are not it. I'm just gonna say in the 2-year span, my mom went out of her way to try to like make it work. My mom sent her like this like video photo collage of them, and it's just like my aunt just like was so nonchalant and like nothing came from it. Like, my aunt has she's never taken the steps to try to fix this, and it's like she just has this holier than thou type of attitude, and it's just keep ignoring your super chats. I'm sorry, but I'm trying to like do this and like I have a lot to say. It's hard for me to like do everything at once, but and super chats like get me off of my like the topic of what I'm saying, so now I don't even remember what I was saying. So
that day, I presented my sister with a very special medallion.
But she doesn't add, thanks for the super chats. Oh my gosh.
Privately at my wedding. And I have text and pictures and all that to prove every bit of that. Should I have to prove it? No. But again, I have it all in case I have to. So when she said that, it really did shake. I was just like, wow, this girl is just beyond a piece of work. Beyond a piece of work. So that's just one more example of just the absolute craziness. When she says that I never tried to be a good aunt to her. Oh my gosh. When I read back all these texts that
she just said she hopes you disown her. I haven't gotten there. It is what it is. But my aunt, I don't feel like she's ever tried to be a good aunt to me. Like, I feel like she's only ever wanted me in her life when like I followed suit to like her needs and how she wanted me to be as a person. That's how it felt to me. And I am allowed to have those feelings. But like, I don't give an actual shit about what happened in my mid-20s, what happened in my early 20s, what happened in my 20s in general. What I care about is the fact that we were healing together as niece and aunt. And during my whole 30s, things have been fine.
She's 34, by the way, so it's only been about 4 years, but she wants to just forget the 10 years before that. Like, obviously there's stuff that you didn't heal from with your aunt, that these things are still coming up because they obviously still bothered her. And maybe it's like the lunchbox thing where Amberlynn just didn't learn. And then she'll say here later, I'm pretty sure, I like heard one clip where she says that she used to lie about things, but she doesn't do that anymore because she's aware of her BPD, because the BPD was the thing that was making her lie about nothing and being a pathological liar. Like, she's not very aware. And if she's aware, she's not doing anything about it, I guess.
I don't know where any of this is coming from besides the argument that she had with my mom. And this is just becoming extremely overwhelming to the point that I'm having literal heart palpitations due to the stress. Like, it's not just this, but it's just with everything going on online and then the things that in my real life that I also do not talk about. It is a lot. Like, genuinely, it has become a lot. And it's extremely overwhelming. And my aunt sees this distress and she continues to say, how can I make it worse? That is worrisome. As I would never in a million years do that to her. Like, talk about, I've always been, like, trying to be a good, like, aunt to her. No. Let's talk about the nows. Let's talk about the last 2 years. Let's talk about the 5. Like, no.
I have done with this girl over the years. I wish I had an aunt like me.
Yep.
Over the years, I wish I had an aunt like me.
Did she just say, I wish I had an aunt like me? If that's not a narcissist, I don't know what is. I wish I had an aunt like me. You wish you had an aunt who literally is sitting here talking so much shit on you. You wish you had an aunt that would go to Kiwi Farms talking so much shit on you back in 2019 when you were going through a lot. Literally.
Let's not talk about 2019. Because you were 28 then. We can't talk about the 20s.
Sitting there saying like, oh, she was never essayed. Oh, she was never in an abusive relationship. Oh, she was never, when you didn't know because you weren't there. And it's not something I've ever told you. You were in my life when I was 17. The essay happened when I was 7. You weren't there. My own aunt, flesh and blood, was on Kiwi Farms talking to a bunch of haters who harass, bully, stalk, mock, belittle, berate. That's the kind of shit you were doing. You want an aunt like that? Honey, you're not going to get one because they're very rare. To be that monstrous and cruel is very rare. That's not.
Yeah.
I wish I had anybody in my life that tried as hard as I did to be a person for Amber. Through it all. Even when she disrespected me and lied to me over the stupidest things that didn't even need to be lied about.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like this whole lying bit. I have talked about this literally even recently. I don't know if it was.
All right, if she says she doesn't lie anymore, we're just gonna be like, okay, Emily, hello? Are you kidding?
In a members live stream. I don't know if it was in a vlog. I don't remember what it was in, but I publicly talked about how when I was undiagnosed with BPD, I would go through the lengths of doing these, like when I was like early 20s, even like 17, 18, 19, mid 20s, I would do these tiny little lies just to prevent people from like leaving my life. Just because I had that such strong fear of abandonment, I would lie about the stupidest, dumbest little things. And that is something with BPD that they do. And so when I was diagnosed, this awareness clicked. I was like, whoa, this is something I have talked about literally publicly. Not only that, but privately, I have talked to my aunt and I've apologized for the stupidest shit that I did during immature days and unawareness to a fucking disorder that I have. So to continuously throw things in my face that not only did I think that we healed from, but we apologized from, and we have talked about.
Okay, the BPD might explain what's going on, but and then with that, there's tools that she can use to avoid repeating those same behaviors that she has been for years. And she still will lie about things in order to hide things or to change the narrative. For example, what happened to Rarity? You know, she didn't want people to hate Emily, so she had to lie, and it was a pretty big lie. It wasn't just like, I can't take my packed lunch to work and write a sign and stick it on the fridge to show Aunt Tammy. Because she didn't want to diet. Like, she's still telling the lies to cover up for things, and she says she will do that. Because, like we said before too, she expects people to cover up for her. And if they're going to cover up for her, she's got to cover up for them.
Nauseum, especially to throw it in my face publicly, is monstrous. And I hope you do find an aunt like that, but you won't, because they're rare. It's insane behavior. And I know so many people also are aware of it, and I appreciate you very much. Like, so many people are like, Amberlynn, what is happening? Like, genuinely, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just here to react to the shit show and to stick up for myself and to stick up for my mom and to say what is right because I have a voice and I will continue using it.
But I still wanted to keep loving her. And part of the reason why I'm so hurt right now is because, you know, she says that she texted me in February, something with that picture. That was true. And I did only heart it. Oh my gosh, I'm such a horrible person.
So as I expressed to you guys, the last time I communicated with her was February of 2024, sending her a picture saying I love and miss you because I really wanted like a good relationship with her. Like I kept trying to like reach out and like I took a hint, you know? And in my feelings with that, like I was heartbroken because it's like, it's the oh, Romeo and Wasabi cuddling is everything. That calmed me. They're so fucking sweet. I literally can't. I took them to a new groomer because the one that I went to temporarily closed down. I don't know what that means, but you guys, I think it's a blessing in disguise. I prefer this one. And this one was like, we do cats all the time, every day, all day, especially during the summer. I guess they give like a lot of lion cuts and stuff because it's summertime, Oklahoma. It's like, I don't know, the index today was like 110. And they were like, out of every cat we have groomed, your cat Wasabi was the most well-behaved cat we've ever had.
Oh my gosh, I am so happy to hear that Wasabi went to a groomer. Like, so happy. So I'm sure they clipped his nails. They probably cut out a few knots. Like, oh my gosh. That is wonderful news. And he probably was a delight to groom too, because he's so docile.
And I was like, thank you. That is my baby. Anyways, I forgot what I was saying. Holy fuck. What was I talking about?
I did only heart it.
Okay, so I'm sitting here expressing my feelings, like involving like how I feel about like it hurt my feelings that all she did was heart it because I'm sitting here trying to like reach out and let you know like I get it. You and my mom are in an argument, but I'm not in the middle. Like I want you in my life. I've needed this. I've healed from the past. I've healed from all the things you've hurt me from. Like I can get through it. Like I've been through worse. Like hello, I was in foster care, etc. And it's like the fact that like she only hearted it. It's like again, it's not just black and white. Like oh, she hearted it. It's like it's the pattern of things. It was like the last straw for me where it's like, okay, I can see through the lines. It's very clear to me this woman like wants nothing to do with me. And I genuinely don't know why because I didn't do anything. Like I'm sitting here explaining to you that hurt my feelings. And the fact that you're mocking that is like, again, just goes to show that like, this isn't out of care.
Amberlynn's been mocking her aunt's feelings throughout like this live and the last one.
This isn't out of love. There's no sympathy. There's no empathy. Like you're genuinely just like out for blood. And honey, I have plenty of blood. And now I'm also out for blood. Like, does your aunt have a diagnosis? I don't know. I actually don't know. I don't know any of her like diagnoses. So no, I don't.
Oh my gosh, I'm such a horrible person.
Well, I think she mentioned in the last live stream that she does and that she's been through therapy. She's got her diagnosis. That's what she said. So, yeah. So it's not surprising that she's out here doing this. Because she seems pretty similar to Amberlynn, actually.
I was working at the time out of town. Probably.
You can say that you're working out of town all you want, but like my grandma, something my grandma tells me is that whenever she's hanging out with my aunt is glued to her phone. And my grandma's like, it frustrates me. It's like, girl, why are you always on your phone? And I make sure when I'm there to set my phone down and just be with my grandma. Because my grandma, she's older. She doesn't do the whole technology thing. Like she does play this game on her phone that she's obsessed with. And she's on like level 33,000 or something. Every time I see her, she updates me because I'm just like amazed by it. And so like my aunt is glued to her phone, and it's like I know based on the past when my aunt is out of town for work, she's still glued to her phone. She can still respond to me. You can respond to me when you get home. You can respond to me when you get back to the hotel. You can respond to me when you're peeing. You can respond to me on the car ride home. You can respond to me a week later. It doesn't matter. But you didn't because you.
It's probably emotionally a little draining to try to come up with a conversation to have with Amberlynn after everything.
You chose not to because it didn't matter to you because my mother is your sister and you are currently in an argument with her and you're taking it out on me because I came from her womb. It's a mess.
Amberlynn taking no responsibility for her own actions.
And I genuinely did not deserve it and I still don't.
Please setting up, picking up, busy. So did I get back to that?
Can you post a link so you can become a member? Yeah. Yeah, I can do that. Let me go there real quick. Oh, this whole thing. This whole thing, folks, I'm a lot calmer this stream, guys, because I'm telling you about reputation stuff that genuinely scares me. It's just a lot going on in my life, and it's like, I don't want to die early, I don't want to die due to stress, can you imagine? God. Okay, hold on a second. Alright, I'm gonna paste it real quick. Copy paste all that. Okay, I posted a link if you guys want to become a member. I'm also gonna pin the thing. So you can join in. If you love her, do better. IG tracker, at church, truly wish the best for you always. Thank you so much.
I mentioned it, or it could have been somebody else, that somebody said I was probably really done by then. right? And I think...
So if you were probably really done by then, can you tell me why? Because we can do a flashback. Okay. So it was Thanksgiving of 2023. I had a good time at your house. I thought everything was fine. I gave you $100.
I give you money. You should be grateful and everything should be fine now. You can't pay your way out of shit, you know? Meg, welcome. Why does Amber talk more and more like Foodie lately? Good question. I wonder if she's watching Foodie.
Your girlfriend put gold tinsel in my hair, or fairy, whatever it's called. Like, it was genuinely a fine time. We can flash forward about 10 days later. I messaged you seeing how you guys were feeling because you had COVID and I was checking in. A couple weeks later, I was checking in again. And then here comes Christmas. I say Merry Christmas. You respond, Merry Christmas. And then my birthday's 2 days later. And I realized in that moment when you didn't send me happy birthday, it's like, what happened? You know, like genuinely, like what happened? Nothing happened on my end at all. You know, I keep reaching out to you. You're not responding. So then it was the beginning of February. So it was about a month later. Eric and Ricky were coming to visit me and I wanted to give my aunt a heads up because my aunt likes Eric and Ricky. And so I wanted them to meet. I wanted all of us to hang out. And my aunt was out of town for work.
She said she wanted to give her a heads up, but it sounds like she only messaged her when Eric and Ricky were there.
And in Jordy's last live stream, she seemed upset about that. I'm sorry that I couldn't schedule my friends taking off of work to come visit me for almost a week. I'm sorry I couldn't fit that around your schedule. That was
Aunt Tammy made it sound like she messaged her on like a Friday. And she said they were there for a week. And it sounded like she was like, well, I was away for the weekend. And maybe I can see them when I come back. And she's like, oh, they'll be gone by Sunday.
weird energy. The fact that I reached out to you should have said a lot. It genuinely should have said a lot. Like me reaching out saying, do you want to come meet two of my greatest friends?
Oh my god, me.
Should have said a lot. It said that I was thinking about you, that I wanted to spend time with you, that I was being thoughtful in the fact that you genuinely like these two guys.
And it's like she does it last minute so that if she can, it was almost like on purpose so that Aunt Tammy couldn't go, so that if she's like taking this like, oh, you said something bad, or wait, you didn't want to come, so now that's on you. But Amberlynn only gave her like 2 days notice. She didn't tell her a week before that Eric and Ricky are coming. She's like, oh, they're here. Do you want to meet them? And then puts it on Aunt Tammy that she couldn't meet. And then it's like, well, did you expect me to do all this? It's like, or for them to take off work for you? And it's like, what? What? Like, why didn't you just tell her before they came if you thought that was a good idea for them to meet? And it didn't work out. It didn't work out. It's fine. She's making such a big deal out of this. It's crazy. Sock Puppet, hello. Two of my greatest friends, Eric and Ricky. Yeah. I think that they became more friends after she wasn't living with them anymore. But yeah, you could tell they were like frenemies when they were living together.
It said a lot, like that I wasn't in the middle of you and my mom's argument, that I am a 34-year-old woman and I can make choices for myself. And then it was, I didn't hear back from her. It was a couple weeks later, I sent you the photo and I said, I love and I miss you. All you did was heart it. What happened in between Thanksgiving and February of 2024 where you were just done? What did I do to you? Besides, I made ample opportunity to get close to you and to be a niece to you and to have some sort of relationship with you. What did I do? What did I do? You will not answer that at all.
I was. Because if you think about it, I waited all this time for Amber to not only be in my life in a healthy way, but she's moving like 10-minute drive from me, like, holy crap, I was so excited. And then to go months from Thanksgiving all the way to February. I think we did a Merry Christmas when I had COVID. I answered it the next day. But there was never, from the time me and my sister started arguing, there's always more than just A and B, right? How do I say this? Let me just use my mom as the example because it's part of the formula. So I'm talking to my mom. She's in my life. And my sister is talking to my mom. They're in each other's lives, right? But right now, me and my sister, we're not talking. My mom doesn't have a lot going on in her life. She's elderly. She's sick. She doesn't really do a lot. So really the only thing that she has to talk about is medical stuff and me and my sister. So when she talks to my sister, she may say, oh, your sister's in so-and-so city, they're doing this, or your sister's sick, or your sister did this. It's just normal conversation. It's not talking bad about the other person behind the back or stirring the pot. It was just, and my mom would bring it up at times, like, I just don't have anything else to talk about, you know what I mean? And so
when I'm with my grandma, we talk about all kinds of stuff. Like, we laugh so hard our ribs hurt. Like, we genuinely have a good time together. So I don't know. Can you address the lake reveal from last stream? It was an accident. Today I'm wearing like a really long maxi dress, so that won't be happening this time. Yeah, Everett. It's just weird.
Sometimes I did get some information through just talking to my mom, like any normal person does in normal conversation.
Yeah, as is with a lot of family relationships.
Yes, maybe my sister.
Y'all talking about my earlobe is so funny to me. Like, I'm 34 and I've been wearing heavy earrings my whole life, and this hole is very close to the bottom of my ear, but not this one. It's because I had to re-pierce this one a very long time ago, and I did it by myself, and I did it way too low. So yeah, I've always had, it doesn't bother me though.
Amber went over to my mom's house one day and was playing cards, and maybe she didn't like the way Amber was talking to my sister. It would mention that to me. So when Amber says I haven't been around for 2 years, I don't know nothing.
You're not gonna rip.
I know a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. And it doesn't always have to be seen with your own eyes. I mean, a lot of, like, you can figure out.
So she's talking about my grandma, who is, I'm gonna be very honest here, my grandma is very sick, and so when we go over there and we spend
Oh goodness, so she's gonna be insulted. She's not even saying anything bad about her grandma, but she's gonna try to make it so that she's insulted by anything Tammie says about Grandma Lynn.
time, like, it's a lot of laughter, a lot of light communication. Sometimes things get a little heavy, like we talk about her past or like things that she went through. Like, she'll repeat the same story like 9 million times, but you have to like engage in it as if it's the first time you've ever heard it. Like, my grandma's very old. She gets a lot of facts wrong. Like, she'll share something that, like, literally me and my mom were there for it, but she didn't remember that we were there for it, and then like she'll tell us about it, and like the whole story's all miscombobulated even though we were there. And like me and my mom will look at each other, and we won't tell my grandma that, like, because like we're not gonna make her feel bad, like, genuinely. So if my aunt is strictly going based off of like things that my grandma said, like, okay, that's, first of all, that's weird because like I said, my grandma, like, she's genuinely going through a lot. Like, she's an elderly woman. And she also has this, I don't want to say, but like, even my aunt said my grandma is sick. My grandma very much is sick. So it's just like me and my mom, like, when I first moved here, me and my mom would have very, I'm gonna say right in the beginning, it was kind of lighthearted. It was like that honeymoon phase of like, oh my God, like, wow, I'm here, da da. And then as like a couple months.
She just said the honeymoon phase with her mother. I thought it was called the love bombing phase.
Go down, like, you have to talk about the hard stuff. You have to. Like, I'm telling you, sorry, I burped. I'm telling you, my mom put me through a lot, and she's fully aware of that. And not only that, but like, there's a lot of like heavy feelings in there.
I wonder if Amberlynn understands what she put her mom through too. Like, you got to kind of understand both sides of the relationship, and it just seems like it's always put on Mama Lynn, but like Amberlynn doesn't understand that she was like, mad at her mom for so long, and was just like probably saying some things she probably shouldn't have, that's probably why she didn't send the letter to her in prison, because she probably was letting out a lot of stuff that would probably just not really go over well with her mom, especially just through a letter instead of having a conversation and like actually talking about it, instead of just being like, get over it, like she said earlier with Tammy.
And sometimes, like, sitting around with family and sitting around with my grandma, like, these conversations would come up, and they were very therapeutic for both me and my mom, I'm not gonna lie. And it's how you come out of these conversations is what matters. And that even goes with like relationships, like any sort of relationship. When the hard stuff comes up, it's how you come out of it what matters. And since that point, oh my God, me and my mom have genuinely never been more strong, because we got to have those hard conversations, and those hard conversations are important. And sometimes they would come up in like weird places and times. But to me, with my grandma, the comfort of like being in her home and stuff, it didn't feel weird to me. But I will say, like, I lived there when I was 18, and when I first started going over there, 2+ years ago, it was a little triggering because I was like, whoa, like this is the place where I was left alone. This is the place where my mom chose, alcohol and drugs. This is the place where she would leave me. Like this is.
She was 18. She wasn't 7.
Like it was a little triggering going there. Now when I go there, I am nothing but like hard eyes, happy, calm, peaceful because we had those hard conversations. And if that's what my aunt's referring to, then so be it. I feel like those conversations, again, are extremely important and I will stand by that. And I know my mom also stands by that. Me and my mom, we're talking about getting mother-daughter therapy together because we want to heal from the past. We want to move forward. My mom's not getting any younger. I'm not.
Oh my God. We'll talk about that kind of therapy, but we won't talk about the therapy that might actually help you live.
Not getting any younger. And this is extremely important to us for us to do that.
You can read between the lines, I know a lot.
Yeah.
My sister is obviously shaken up by this, but I heard on the end of that call, it's very, very low reactive because
my mom is very shaken up, which reminds me, when my mom called me in my last live stream, let me actually go to the exact message because I don't want to get anything wrong here. I literally genuinely just told her like, are you at bingo? I was going to call you, And so she ended up calling me on the way home from bingo because that's what she does. We communicate via messenger. I know a lot of people thought that was weird, but that's how we do it. That's how we call each other, message each other. It's never in text messages. It's never actually like a regular phone call. It's always a messenger. And when I immediately told my mom, you're on live stream. So my mom was very low energy. She was not going to share anything super personal. My mom, she has told me before, the thought of a live stream, it does give her a little anxiety and it overwhelms her. She doesn't want to say the wrong thing. I mean, that's normal. She's not used to this type of thing. But after the live stream, when me and my mom saw each other and communicated, it was a completely different story. My mom is genuinely hurt by this. Not only is she hurt, but she is genuinely shocked. Like it's taken her aback. Like what the heck? My mom sat there and watched my whole live stream responding to my aunt, and she watched the majority of it with me, actually. Like we were right next to each other while she was watching it. And my mom would just look at me and be like, is she really sharing this right now? Like my mom is hurt. She is animated about it. I know a lot of people said my mom seemed nonchalant, but it's the fact that my mom is genuinely shocked, and she knew it was on live stream, and she knew you guys could hear her, thousands and thousands of people, and she knows how people are. So that's that.
I think they don't know what I'm going to say. They know how I am and that I keep all receipts because it's something I've said since day one. Yeah. So I think. So
it's weird that she's like, I keep all receipts. That's like a weird thing to say, like in general. And like they do talk, they don't revolve around you. I don't know what you're talking about. Are you talking about like my aunt and my mom? They don't talk. Are you talking about my mom and my grandma? They do talk. Are you talking about my aunt and my grandma? They do talk. But I don't know which people you're talking about. Every time I get the chat, every time I look at the chat, I get like messed up.
That's why my sister's laying low, because we can compare stories all day long, and I guarantee.
It's not the fact that she's laying low. My mom just does not want to be part of this drama, whether that's publicly or privately. My mom is not like this. My mom does not understand A, why my aunt's doing this. My mom, B, does not have drama in her life. My mom drops people like a fucking hot potato the minute they bring any negativity or drama into her life, because her sobriety is the number one thing that's important to her. So the only people in her life are people who make her feel good. Like my mom wants nothing to do with this privately or publicly. But do me and her talk about it? Yes. Because it involves us.
Guarantee you, I will not be the bad one in the equations. Guarantee.
You are, love.
So in terms of
a sister and an aunt that has been hurt and is just finally done and just wants to be heard finally.
No, you don't just want to be heard finally, because then you would message me, or you would message my mom, or you would call one of us up, or you'd say, can we have a sit down conversation? I want to be heard. You know how quick I would say, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I want to hear you. I want to understand. More than anything else, I want to understand.
All right. Well, if that was the case, do you think she would have probably, reached out to Tammy as soon as she heard that she was wanting to talk to Mr. Snowflake, and then none of this would have happened? But instead, it seems like you were just going to ignore it, wait till she blows up and wants to say something, and then you're going to use it for content of your own for months to come. Or at least weeks. We'll see, because... oh man, Amberlynn's, it was just after all the Emily drama, and then Aunt Tammy wants to come in, and then it's more, so it's like more live streaming that Amberlynn can do. And like, it's her drama and her family. We're just here watching it, so she's the one who's producing it, We can't really do anything except for watch and react and have opinions on it, because that's why she's putting it out there.
But instead, you've gone public. Not because you want to be heard. That is not what this is about. You want me to feel worse? You want me to be painted in a light? Because you see, I already am going through all the dramatics online. You see the harassment, you see the hate, you see the stalking, you see the belittlement, you see how horrible I'm treated, and those are the people that you're turning to. Didn't you say when you were watching my live stream, when I was talking about Emily, that her going to Snowflake hurt me more than anything else in the world? And when you heard me say those words, you turned to your husband and said, that is who I'm going to turn to. That is who I'm going to talk to.
You turn to your husband. She's so dramatic. Sig, hello, welcome. Oh, sock puppet, yeah. Mama Lynn probably does miss her peaceful life in Oklahoma before Amberlynn arrived.
Because it's not about being heard. It's about this weird payback, and it's about hurting me as much as you can. You saw that Emily stabbed me with the knives repeatedly.
You can't... Can you? Can you actually be like, Emily hurt me so bad, but I'm still talking to her because I have BPD? Are you kidding? She's just trying to use it as an excuse as to why everyone should feel bad for her. Not that she brought it upon herself and then decided to tell the whole world about it afterwards, that we've been telling her, hey, this probably isn't great. But then she's going to blame it on her aunt for making her feel even worse. And she's probably venting to Emily about her aunt, too. Because Emily had that weird conversation with Aunt Tammy. Like, I almost wonder who Amberlynn is, like, typing to right fast on the computer. I'm thinking it's Mama Lynn, but it could very well be someone else.
And you said, instead of me helping her, I'm going to actually take each of those knives and I'm going to twist them in further. That is what you chose to do. That is genuinely what you chose to do.
Now it seems she's talking to herself, because basically she just wants to keep hurting herself even more. Oh man, but she's like taking her anger. It seems like she's taking her anger on herself for being with Emily out on Tammy for coming out and saying all this stuff.
As my aunt. Again, you do not want to be heard. Stop using that as an excuse.
So in terms of all of these receipts that you have...
Meg, anyone else remember how Amber first got BPD when she met Alexis, who actually has BPD? Yeah. Yeah, she did say that. Yeah, she was talking to her when she was in Kentucky, because I was thinking, I think she got her diagnosis when she was in Kentucky. But she didn't start talking to Alexis, I think, until after she broke up with Jade, but they were still living together from July until, like, October. So, she could have got the diagnosis. I don't know the extent of her therapy, because it seemed like it was a lot of therapy she was taking so that she could get weight loss surgery.
Have stockpiled from over the years. Are you just kind of waiting for them to see how they react? Are you looking to share that? How do you feel about it?
Now, I remember in one of Casey's lives, it was said that Amberlynn didn't start having anxiety until Casey was having anxiety. But I mean, she could be learning her own behavior through others too. Like, she sees the similarities in herself and she just assumes, like, oh, I act this way. But she is in denial about most of her behaviors. So when she says, I'm not a narcissist, and therapists have told me that I'm not a narcissist, but like, she acts so much like one that it's just ridiculous. I think that she is in denial about that, like she was in denial before about having any kind of personality disorder, because that means that you actually have to be aware of your behavior and how it's affecting others and try to change it. and not going with that knee-jerk reaction to just get worked up and start talking about things really, really upset, and just calm down and have a conversation. It's just like the first thing to do is like get on the defense, hold up your stick, and wait for what they're gonna say because you want to fight with them. And it's just like you have to like regulate. You have to try to regulate yourself differently. If you have, if you're gonna acknowledge what's going on and want to actually change.
That's Jordy's way of saying, oh, let me see those receipts, baby. I'm ready to clock into the bank factory.
There's so much of it, so it kind of unfolds, like the November 1st thing up, and I was like, well, man, that's a stupid ass lie or a stupid assumption to make.
I didn't lie about anything. I said that you got married on my mom's soberversary, and you want to know genuinely what made me feel like that was like.
And Tammy had mentioned that before it was her sober anniversary, it was Tammy's anniversary with her boyfriend / husband at the time. And Amberlynn wants to discredit that by saying, oh, the one that she cheated on her husband with. But we're going to go back and say that, like, she's dismissing her aunt's relationship because she feels like her aunt started it off wrong. And it's like, well, either way, they're together now and they seem to be working. It's whatever dynamic they have doesn't really matter to us, right? But this date thing just keeps coming up.
The thought of a live stream, it does give her a little anxiety, and my mom B does not have drama in her life. My mom drops people like a fucking hot potato the minute they bring any negativity or drama into her life, because
this is how I was treated. The whole thing was.
Yeah, I clicked the wrong place in the timeline. But yeah, like how she says that her mom's gonna drop someone who has drama, like, oh my god. Anybody else just feel bad for Mama Lynn at this point?
Sending, my sister even a letter. It wasn't about her sending my sister money. I had that. Yep.
It was about me sending money because you're now holding that. Like, a lot of people even like was aware to this. Snowflake hurt me more than anything else in the world. And when you heard me say those,
are you just kind of waiting for them to see how they react? Are you looking to share that? How do you feel about it?
That's Jordy's way of saying, oh, let me see those receipts, baby. I'm ready to clock into the bank factory.
There's so much of it, so it kind of unfolds, like the November 1st thing up, and I was like, well, man, that's a stupid ass lie or a stupid assumption to make.
I didn't lie about anything. I said that you got married on my mom's soberversary, and you want to know genuinely what made.
And her mom got sober on their anniversary.
Made me feel like that was like not unfair per se, but like it felt just weird to me, is because that is how my mom originally felt when it happened. And I'm not going to take that feeling away from.
This is exactly why they haven't had a relationship in the last few years. She just said it. She took her mom's side there. And so her aunt probably has reason to believe that Amberlynn is just gonna be upset for her mom the whole time and just absorb her mom's feelings and put those ill feelings out, project them onto her aunt when it has nothing to do with Amberlynn. But she's like, you know why it bothered me? Because it bothered my mom. Like, oh, so that would probably be why you guys haven't been talking for the last couple of years. Self-awareness, Lynn.
For my mom, like, if you feel that way, you feel that way.
Whatever. So it's like, if it was, where she twisted it around and been like, no, that you got whatever it was, then I could have showed it.
But no one's allowed to feel scared of Amberlynn.
Am I going to go through decades of text and start posting each and every one? No. But if something
I don't sound like a you problem.
Was actually questioned, did you do this? Did you say this? Did Amber say that? Is that, then I would pull them up to prove, no, this is what was said, and this is how I was treated. The whole thing was sending, my sister even a letter. It wasn't about her sending my sister money. I had that. Yep.
It was about me sending money because you're now holding that. Like, a lot of people even like was aware to this. You genuinely are holding that over my mom's head. A lot of the live stream you had with Jordy last time was, well, I put money on her books. I did this, I did that. You're holding it over my mom's head. I didn't have to do that. I'm the daughter. I'm the daughter. What I'm about to say reflects the past. It does not reflect current time because things are completely different now. Literally night and day difference. Back then, no, I wasn't gonna help my mom while she was in prison. No, I wasn't. No. She didn't help me when I was in foster care. She didn't get sober for me while I was in foster care.
How did you have a trial run by going back to your parents for a little bit and then having the same chaos happen? Like, they obviously tried to get you back. So yeah, she was putting all this anger towards her mom. So I don't know how she was expecting to have a good relationship with her mom at the time. And it doesn't seem like she was, but she was trying to put that out there that it was all her mom's fault, you know? But Amberlynn obviously wasn't okay with her mom at the time, so maybe it was a little bit too much for Aunt Tammy to expect Amberlynn to rekindle a relationship with her mom when she still wasn't actually healed from it.
I spent over a decade in foster care because of her. I moved to Oklahoma when I was 18 because I grew out of the foster care system expecting a sober mom, a different life. And she lied to me. She wasn't sober. She did drugs. She abandoned me again. She drank. She left me literally alone almost 24/7. I was eating sauerkraut out of a can, gagging because I had no food. She didn't care. When I was kicked out and had nowhere to go and I was left in Arizona, she didn't care. So yeah, I had a very bad relationship with my mom at that time. I did. I needed space. I needed space from her. I didn't want to talk to her. I didn't want to communicate with her. I couldn't. I genuinely couldn't. I was beyond hurt. So to use that as your little tea time with Jordy is very unfair. And it's just not okay. The only people who care about what you were saying are the people that don't have rational minds. They're the people who look at me and don't give a fuck about me, regardless of what I say. The people that actually have rational minds, they don't like you. They don't like what you're doing. Your little tea time with Jordy is pathetic. It's downright pathetic.
Well, she likes to do that. Anyone who's against her is horrible, and anyone who sticks up for her is against Tammy. Like, you can't see the middle line here at all. You have to choose a side, and either you're good or bad. Well, they're both being ridiculous, so it's pretty even, but we're just used to Amberlynn's behavior, so it's easier to point out everything that she's doing that's a little off. All right, we are about 2 hours in. We still have about an hour left to watch of this live stream. I'm gonna run and have a quick break, and then I'll be back. But in the meantime, I'm gonna leave you with Foodie for a few minutes. She's going swimming with Salah.
Babe, someone said, can you float on your back?
Yeah.
Actually, she did it just now.
exercise. I can feel the burn. More passion, more energy. Let me do another laps. I like floating. Here we go. Yeah, I'll show you a walk to the end.
A pool noodle?
Yeah, pool noodle. It's like a long thing.
It's like a floating stuff?
Yeah.
Interesting. Not bad.
I'm just gonna tread water here for a few minutes. Hard workout.
Yes, calming, right?
Yeah, you guys were right. This is literally the best form of exercise because I don't feel any pain. Like, I don't feel any pain. We could swim in the dark. Babe, turn out those lights off. I want to see. Yeah, that's better. Oh, and there's pool jets here at the end.
Ooh.
Yes.
Are you scared?
I'm scared.
I know that. I'm coming to get you.
Yoga.
Get ready.
Let's go.
No, we're gonna fight with the pool noodles.
Yeah.
But you better do not eat them.
Stop my precious food!
Noodles.
We're gonna fight with them.
Yeah, yeah.
Get off the door, you fat beat.
Uh-oh. Chantal, where are you?
Imagine swimming in the super dark. Imagine in the dark like that, I would never. There's nothing in the pool right now, but some creatures, they wait until the dark to manifest. Maybe turn the lights back on. Can you turn the lights back on there? Sorry.
No, keep it down.
You like it?
Yeah, because you look like a pool's ghost from 1921.
A pool goes from 1921. Oh, yeah. That's better.
Bring me water, because I'm made of water, and put the camera stand down. I'll tell you when I stop go.
Okay, so I've been back for a few seconds here, but I wanted to finish that off. I forgot I did this at the end. I love finding my old videos and making myself laugh. I hope I'll make you guys laugh too with these edits. Radical Garbage, welcome. Yeah, they're a mess, and I think we're all happy just watching from afar, so we don't have to get too close, you know? Alright, let's continue this live.
Never asked Amber to send my sister money. It was more a letter. This is the time. She always said she wanted my sister. She wanted my sister. But then when she could reach my sister and actually write her, and I would explain to her, this is the time. My sister can't go nowhere. You could be writing.
It might have been the time for your sister, but it wasn't for the time. It wasn't the time for me. It was not the time for me. I was not ready. And like I said, I wrote my mom a long letter, and I chose not to send it because I was not actually truly ready to communicate.
Getting some of these answers that
All right, but then we did see that she said her mom's on Facebook all the time, so she decided that she was going to send messages off to her mom on her Facebook so that she could see them when she came out. So I wonder if she actually did that or if she just said that she did.
you've wanted, building a relationship. Now's the time, you know, and she
I wasn't ready.
would say and do and then never, ever, ever did. And then once to use it, oh, well, my mom wasn't there for me. Like,
She wasn't.
there's just a lot of, but as you guys notice, she always expected me. Like, what makes a difference? I'm my
What? That made no sense.
sister's sister, right? I'm my sister's younger sister. I lost my sister when I was around 11 years old, I believe. I think she was like 13, 11 is when she left. And I've been fighting for it ever since. You know, and through this, it has really shown me that
I would call her. I would, but I'm using my phone to be on live stream.
have put in so much, gotten so little in return. All I've done is give. Amber doesn't even know even close to what my age is. You know, when you start realizing stuff like that.
I don't even know what my age is half the time. Like, are you kidding me? The only, like, my brother, my little brother is my actual everything. He is someone, when he's in prison, I will send money. When he's out of prison, I will send money. I help my brother because that's what you do. You help siblings. That's something I will never hold over his head, ever. I still to this day do it, literally a week ago. But that's my heart and soul, and I always forget. Is he a year younger than me, or is he 2 years younger than me? Birthdays, names, ages, they do not compute up here. I don't know what it is, but I can meet you.
But she likes to call other people dummies. Oh, come on. Amberlynn, if you cared, you would remember those things. Write it down. You would make the effort if you cared. So it's not sticking because you don't care. Because if you did, you would have that information in there or write it down so then eventually you'd remember it. It doesn't change. It's the same day every year.
You can tell me your name straight to my face and I absorb it with everything inside of me. I will not remember it 1 minute later. I don't know why. Like, Eric and Ricky would get onto me all the time because I don't even remember their birthdays. And they were like brothers to me, like actual family. Oh, when is their birthday? I don't know. Like, genuinely, I have celebrated every year with them.
Jeez, we probably know their birthdays.
Whether it's like a happy birthday, gifts when I lived with them. I don't know.
Yeah, because she did show us the videos of their birthdays. Eric's, I think, is in September, and should I go into my videos and it's in here. And then when I go figure it out, I'd probably remember. But, like, I don't know Eric and Ricky personally. I just know from the videos. Put in birthday. Eric's birthday, August 31st. Could be September 1st or 2nd. So that's around Eric's birthday. And then Ricky's is September 5th to 29th. Pretty close. But she can't remember those. They're not my friends. I don't have to remember them.
Their birthday. You are no different. This has nothing to do with anything. It does not compute in my brain for some reason. Like, I don't know what it is, but that's just how it is. One of my greatest friends in the whole world, if you're watching, hello, it's my Marco Polo friend. We have been friends for over a decade. I do not remember her birthday. I always tell her happy late birthday, and it makes me feel so freaking bad. I don't remember anyone's birthday. I know my dad's birthday. I know, obviously, my brother's birthdays and my parents' birthdays. I don't know anyone else's. My grandma's. I don't know. I know my grandma's in her 70s. I don't remember exactly what age. I don't know what it is. Genuinely. Like, you can ask me, how old are any of your brothers? I'd be like, for some reason it don't compute up here. And I know, like, a lot of people with like ADHD actually suffer with the same thing. So it's like, it's a normal thing. So don't think of it as like some big crazy conspiracy. It's not a conspiracy. I'm not addicted to you like you're addicted to me and you know every tiny detail of me.
It's crazy. By the way, I'm 54, not in my 40s.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
she
just a little
doesn't
bit
care.
off. Just a little
Jordy, it's not that I don't care. I just explain myself. I'm not going to get back into it.
bit off. Yeah, and it just really kind of showed me, you know? I have invested so much for so long. for absolutely nothing.
And you know, the thing that I've kind of been saying is that I think that the reason why she has tried to take the side of her mom and not...
I have not taken no sides.
You did. You've already admitted that you did. That you felt the same way your mom felt. So I'm just assuming that any other argument that she's had with Aunt Tammy, Amberlynn's gonna take her mom's side. But now she's saying, I don't take sides.
Show me where I've taken a side, Jordy. Or even Tammy, show me where I've taken a side. Because if I would have taken a side, we wouldn't have been there on Thanksgiving. We wouldn't have went to the Chinese buffet. Oh, speaking of Chinese buffet, I want you guys to guess right now how my aunt knew I was at the Chinese buffet. I want you guys to guess how my aunt knew we were at the Chinese buffet. This is funny. This is funny. Like, it's genuinely funny. She knew because she was there. She was there. Me and my mom could not stop laughing about it. Like, because she made it seem like it was like, no, my grandma. She made it seem like it was like this big conspiracy. Like, she never goes to a buffet. It's like the craziest thing. How could someone be at a buffet, let alone a fat person? She was there. She was there. Health problems and all. She was there. Like, sometimes weight ain't got nothing to do with it. Like, she was there too. Me and my mom were literally we were cracking up. We were like, what? So I just had to share that bit. But anyways, if I was on my mom's side, you would have never came to my apartment when I first got here. We would have never went out to eat the next day at the Chinese buffet. That would have never happened. I would have never went to Thanksgiving. I would have never hugged you and said, I cannot wait to see you again. I cannot.
Well, okay, these are the bare minimum interactions that you had. So, like, you didn't really have much interactions past this for the reason that, because you weren't talking, or her mom wasn't talking to her, so there was, like, some conflict going on there that, you know, Amberlynn's trying to downplay this stuff when she said earlier that all this stuff, or no, she's trying to make these things seem like they had a close relationship at first, but then they didn't. But then she's saying that these things were insignificant things, but now they're important.
Wait for you to come over. I would not have texted you. I would not have said Merry Christmas. I would have not have sent you photos and said I miss you and I love you. None of those things would have happened. None of those things would have happened. None. I did not choose my mom and I did not choose you. I chose both of you. You decided not to continue that relationship with me. That was you.
Be on your side is because she can't manipulate you and there isn't anything that she can do to have power.
I also cannot manipulate my mom. Like I said, my mom is blunt. She does not fuck around. She does not mess around. You cannot manipulate that woman at all. Like, Jordy turns me and I don't know if Jordy has a bad relationship with his mom or what, but he turns me and my mom's, like, relationship into, like, vile. Like, he literally agrees with the fact that, like, when I had cancer, like, he was like, yeah, the only reason why her mom came back into her life is because Amberlynn needed her. I didn't need my mom. I needed her emotionally. And my mom decided, you know what? I'm going to be a mom for Amberlynn and
I didn't need my mom, but I needed my mom emotionally. Does she hear what she's saying?
ways that I never was before, because this is like, she has cancer. This is scary. If anyone sees it in any other way than that.
So wasn't it scary probably for your mom when she got cancer and she was in prison and you didn't want to talk to her? I'm glad that Mama Lynn was there for Amberlynn.
Which is how Jordy sees it, then you're just warped in the brain. Like, genuinely warped in the brain. Like, how can you see two grown women, mother and daughter, working their way through a relationship that was so bad at one point, and you now see them laughing and having a good time together and healing from that? How can you see that and twist it into this warped way of thinking? All for some money, Jordy? All for some money? Ugh.
Hold anything over you.
Yes, I am the only person that at the end of the day is going to say it how it is, 100% truth.
You still haven't said it how it is. You still haven't said it how it is. There's still no 100% truth. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, none of this is making sense to me.
Even if it hurts, I even tell my own truth.
Oh my God, what is happening?
I made my mistakes. It's not like I'm like, oh, I'm better than y'all. And
You are acting like you're better than me. You are.
you guys do all wrong, and I'm perfect. I've never been that. But I will call you on your shit, and they don't like that. And for the
I have all my teeth left. I have had one removed.
longest time, up until very recent, I have found myself having to hold back to protect the other person, be it my own daughter, my niece, my sister, my mother, whoever it is.
It's so funny that she wants to protect my mom, even though it's literally my mom that she's in an argument with. Like, she is taking that out on me. I don't know where, you guys, like, look me in the eyes, please. I genuinely have no idea where any of this is coming from. Like, it is so confusing to me. And she still has not answered the question. What did I do to you in the last 5 years to deserve this?
Is. And then I think I'm finally at the point where, like, well, what about me?
Yeah. Well,
It's always been
Amber's-
about you.
Truth be told.
It's always been about
and
you.
Amber's had a lot to say about your relationship with your kids. I don't know if you watched her stream.
Yeah, she wanted to bring up my
Fuck puppet. I have all my teeth left, but I had one removed. So I'm wondering, like, was that like a something that she was replying to in the live stream? The live chat, or was it a dig at Tammy because she doesn't have her teeth or something? Yeah, it's just a weird thing to say.
daughter. Me and my daughter haven't talked in, man, unfortunately, I think it's 3 years this year.
Why?
And I too, with that, on the Bible, do not know 100% why I had all my grandkids spend the night before this happened. We had the greatest time. We ate, we painted, we did.
You weren't even invited to the baby gender reveal. Like, when me and my mom were invited, we literally got specifically told that you were not allowed to be there. Why?
Just did all the things. 9 grandkids in one living room. You know, it was not easy.
See, when someone's kids don't talk to them, red flags. Without a doubt. And I'm telling you, my cousin that she's talking about that does not talk to her, love this girl. Like, I have, like, remember when I told you guys how I have this cousin, she's a couple years older than me, and I've always looked up to her? It's her. I love this girl so much. Do we agree on everything? No. But, like, her as a person, like, she's so fun to be around, etc., etc. Like,
right? But we had a great time. Sent my 2 daughters pictures throughout the night. It was wonderful. The very next day, my youngest daughter disowned me and my oldest daughter. Went off on us, said never talk again, and she hasn't. But that is true.
yeah.
I'd say there's a lot more to that story because that doesn't make sense at all.
I wonder why.
A totally unrelated, nothing to do with Amber.
Oh, it's totally unrelated. It's because she doesn't want to share it. That's funny. And you know what? I'm not going to be the one to do it. It's going to make her look horrendous bad, obviously. But I'm not going to be the one to do it. I'm not going to be the one. Because that's my cousin's business. And I'm not out here trying to, like, reveal all of that bullshit. I'm only here literally because of my aunt. But, like, oh, I do need chapstick.
Or my sister, long going, but it's a story, all right.
Oh, I bet.
I think it just goes to show that she's willing
bet
to
it
go
is.
toe to toe with you. And if
I didn't bring this up. Wiggle. No one knows.
you say things about her, she's gonna pull out stuff on you.
Yeah, I mean,
No, I'm not. I am only talking about the things that she is talking about. I am only talking about the things that she is talking about.
I've seen that clear. I mean, her video reaction, like, I've seen a lot, you know, but that was just something. You could tell when they hit the sore spots. You could tell when she, like, was kind of like, oh my God.
You can tell when they hit the sore spot. She's doing it on purpose. That's like narcissistic. That's unwell. That's like looking skinny today. No way. Like, that's like.
I love when she throws the diagnosis out there and then doesn't want people doing that to her. And then claims she doesn't have these disorders, but can point them out in other people. Oh. How do you know you don't have them?
Purposely trying to hit the sore spots of your own niece out of nowhere, and you still have not explained yourself of why you are doing this is weird to me.
Yeah.
She said that. You know, I mean, it's pretty obvious. She got very defensive in the right parts and, you know, all
I'm defensive because this is crazy. This is genuinely crazy.
this stuff.
Yeah, she had some pretty
she
nasty
mentioned
names for you.
Several things. And then if you even think about that, if she loved me and she wanted me in her life and all these things up until I just did what I did a couple days ago, why were you talking shit with my daughter about me? And the way that she...
We were catching up, and like I said, I wasn't talking shit. Awkward moment.
She says that she hates me and my sister don't like me and all that. That's stuff that they've talked about and felt for a long time, wouldn't you say?
Like, how could you sit there and, like, say that, but then also at the same time be like, well, I've talked to my mom, and I know exactly how Amberlynn and her mom react because my mom... Like, you're literally being a hypocrite. Like, you're genuinely being a hypocrite.
This is
Oh wow, Amberlynn does know what that is. Ugh.
wasn't just, I'm mad because Auntie's talking anger, you know?
This is mad because you are talking. Are you joking? Like, you're trying to make this okay. You're trying to like undermine my pain from this. And it just goes to show that like you only view me as like this weird YouTuber that you're addicted to. Like, it's weird. And I use the adjectives weird because I genuinely don't know what else to say. Like, this is the most unhinged thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So that makes me wonder. And then the fact, I mean, just that she went and seen my daughter that she's talking about one time since she's lived here. One time. And it
Because that woman is busy. Busy.
was to hurt me. I guarantee it.
Yeah. She just say that I went to go visit my cousins to specifically hurt her? Just hear that? She almost sounds like she has paranoia stuff going on. That's weird. Let me listen to that again. She didn't say that? Yes, she did.
Since she's lived here. One time. And it was to hurt me. I guarantee.
She just said she went to visit her one time and it was to hurt me, I guarantee you. So, Lainey, did you hear those words? Do you get a different language? I'm sorry, but my aunt isn't on my mind like that. Like, that is so weird to even think that.
Guarantee it. Because if you have a family member that's done what my daughter has done, why would you go visit her? To go talk shit? Well, you know, we spent, oh my God, me and my mom spent upwards to like 6 hours there. We talked about you for maybe 10 minutes. Like, what? It makes sense. So that was just another stab. And I heard the slow death by a million cuts or whatever on that one reaction channel I heard. It was exactly that. It's exactly what.
And she watches reaction channels and all of my stuff. Ooh.
So I've been getting cut and cut and cut and cut, and now they want to know why I'm bleeding.
Because I have a relationship with my cousins? This is weird.
Something major that we have kind of been talking about is Amberlynn's response to the blackmail, and that she said that she was a 20-year-old child, and she mentioned it. She never blackmailed. She never went through with it. Was she aware that you were in an abusive relationship?
100% she was aware. And being 20 is not an excuse. She knows.
So being 20 is not an excuse for me, but everyone else thinks that being 20 is a child. Everyone else, I had a friend with a 20-year-old a few years ago, and everyone's like, Amberlynn, that's a child. But when it's 20-year-old Amberlynn, oh, that's not a child.
Well, you're reaching adulthood at that point. You should probably know not to poke bears, but then again, it's Amberlynn, and it was all about her trying to control her aunt and have something over her aunt because an affair had nothing to do with Amberlynn.
We need to like figure it out and make up our minds on this, because it can't be one way for that person but not for the next.
Exactly what she was doing. How you guys see her go vile in her tone and her behavior and her tantrum. It was exactly like that. Let me tell you, she comes from a household of abuse, violent, domestic violence, screaming at the top, spitting in your face. I mean, vile. And so that's what she learned it from.
Sock puppet, yeah, for sure. The same thing she did to create rifts between Beck, Eric, Ricky, Hannah, Rafe. She's doing that now, too, so that she can make sure that she has her mom all to herself.
Why is this okay? Why is this okay? Genuinely. Why bring up my childhood and what I went through to fit your weird, like, story? Like, yeah, I have literally said repeatedly that I have had the most horrific childhood, and I say it like...
Well, yeah, Tammy's giving the reason why you're behaving the way you are at this point.
I don't go into, like... I say it in like you can go deep or you can go shallow. I go very shallow with it. I underestimate, I'm losing words. I never share how bad my childhood actually was, like, ever, because it was so bad that it's like, it's hard to even wrap my head around of how I am still here. Because I think of my brother, who went through a lot of similar things as me. We're only a couple years apart or 1 year apart, can't remember. And it's like, I think of him and it's like, through all of that, like, my brother has been very open about the aspect that I'm allowed to share whatever I want about him, and I'm very grateful for that, because it's like, you know, it's sweet of him. Like, he watches my videos and he hates how people treat me, and like, he's super apologetic for how he was, like, et cetera, et cetera. Like, me and my brother, like, both witnessed hell. We witnessed hell. When people say go to hell, I think of me going back to my childhood. Like, we witnessed hell. And due to that, I do have BPD. I have a horrible relationship with food. And because of that, my brother is schizophrenic and a drug addict. We went through fucking hell. And people always question, why is Amberlynn like this? It's because I'm broken. I'm broken. I'm a broken person. And I don't think there's any way to fix me. I don't.
And that's why she doesn't try. That's pretty sad and unfortunate for Amberlynn, because she's missing out.
I have random moments where I feel better, but a broken vase can never be fully fixed. And that's how it feels for me. I grew up broken, and this is who you end up when that happens. Sometimes it's almost impossible to fix. Impossible. And it's like...
Finding the right tools might help, though.
It's genuinely...
Because if you don't fix it, you're just going to treat other people the way you've treated people in the past. You're not going to learn from those mistakes. You're just going to be like, oh, it's my BPD. So you should be understanding as to why I'm lashing out the way I do.
A lot. Like, hearing my aunt bring this up is so fucking triggering to me. Like, you have no idea. I'm afraid that I will never heal fully from my childhood. Because with PTSD, it is usually one instance that took place and you try to heal from that. With CPTSD, which is what I have, it is constant, repeated things that were traumatic.
Because you were just expected to get over it and pretend like it didn't happen. So you're not actually able to heal from it, and it builds up. Like she was telling Tammy to just get over it and forget about the past.
How am I supposed to heal from every single repeated thing? I'm talking hundreds, probably thousands. How do I heal from that?
It probably doesn't help that she has to constantly hear it and it be brought up over and over again, be it online and stuff. So once she thinks she's healed from it, there's someone else being like, remember that time you lied about this? So, and they're usually pretty serious things. And like, honestly, people don't really know the exact story. We get Amberlynn's story, we get other people's stories, but really are they like, you have to kind of figure out what the middle is.
From each thing, from things that I don't even remember, but my body remembers. How? I am trying my fucking hardest. I'm so tired of people wanting me to be perfect. It's not gonna happen. I was born into a fucking shit show, and I don't know what to do with it. Like, it is what it is. I try my very fucking hardest every day to be a good person, but I am overwhelmed. I'm genuinely overwhelmed. And for my aunt to put this all on blast is gross to me.
From her parents.
Okay.
So yeah, it was bad. It was very bad.
I mean, putting another woman in that kind of situation, I mean, I couldn't imagine how nerve-wracking that must have been if you were potentially thinking maybe somebody was going to put hands on you.
And literally, I never thought of it from that perspective until now. Until someone said in the comments, and to think, no, everyone's ignoring the fact that she did this after knowing, and she did know. My whole family knew. And he would look at me in the eye, say, until death do us part, in a very psychotic way, many, many times. And when I finally had enough, I literally told him, take me out, because life with you is far worse than death where I believe I'm going. And that's when, I was willing to die to leave him.
Wow.
But yeah, she was willing to assist in the matter, I guess.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, out of everything that we talked about, I would probably say that stood out the most.
Yeah.
So it stood out the most that my aunt was cheating on her husband, who I did not find out was abusive until later. My mom was homeless at the time. I lived.
Big sock puppet. Yes, you guys are right. She should be like trying to help herself. And that she has all these resources, but doesn't want to put any of the work in because it would probably take away from her Lego time.
Lived with a girlfriend. I was only 20 years old. My mom was homeless, and the only person that could help her was my aunt. And during that whole thing, I literally told my aunt, how would your husband feel if he knew he was cheating on you? And that stood out to Jordy because a 20-year-old literally said, how would your husband feel if he knew you were cheating?
How do you think he would feel, Amberlynn? She knew what she was saying with that. And to play it off like she didn't think she was blackmailing her aunt, that's ridiculous.
That stood out. I didn't tell him. I didn't say I was going to tell him. That's what stood out to you? Oh no, 15 years ago, Amberlynn said, how would your husband feel? Are you joking me? That's what stood out to you? Okay.
Yeah, and then, okay, so then we can also, all the things that she said in that video was to get to me. The bed bugs, like, that's pretty funny that she even brought up bed bugs at the time that she did, right?
Cockroaches.
It's just, yeah, it's to make me come off like I'm this dirty person, right? Well, there's a little bit of truth in that. My house did have bed bugs just a few weeks ago. I mentioned before, we travel a lot. We stay in hotels a lot, almost every weekend. And when my husband came back from Salt Lake City, we got a couple bites on our arm, and we started looking, so I YouTubed. And they told me to take an iron to my mattress, and that if we had them, they would come up to the surface. So I did, and I seen a couple, and I got rid of my bed and my living room furniture because I'm not playing with that. Like, I heard how horrible those are to get rid of. So yes, I got rid of all my furniture recently.
It's okay,
and I have
Doreen.
spent the
It's
last
not your
few
fault.
weeks deep cleaning my house like you wouldn't believe. We already have pest
It needed it.
control as a normal service every month since we bought this house 3 years ago.
Oh, baby girl.
So it's just the way she says it, as if it's this horrible, you know, like, and I'm mad at her because how does that even make sense?
Because you are mad at something. You're mad at something and you're taking it out on me. You know, this isn't the first time that someone has genuinely used me as a punching bag. Like, that is my experience as a person, because I always forgive. I always this, I always that. Like, that is genuinely how it is. So I guess I can see why you're doing it.
You said yourself, I haven't seen you in 2 years. Why would I be taking out the fact that I have bed bugs out on you?
Then why are you doing this? My mom came up with a good thought. She was like, I wonder if her seeing us at the Chinese buffet, because we went to the Chinese buffet like a week ago, and my aunt, the only reason why she knew is because she was also there, but we had no idea that she was there. We had no idea. But she saw us, we didn't see her. My mom was wondering if she saw all of us, me, my mom, my grandma, and my stepdad, all of us just laughing, having a good time, and it pissed her off. Like, my mom genuinely, she said that, and I was like, you know what? That could have been what triggered it. I'm not gonna lie about it.
I could see that. I could see that being a reason as to why that would, like, be the last straw, and Tammy just being upset, and then on top of that, finding out. Well, no, it was the night after Amberlynn went off on Emily. So, like, yeah, so she would have found out the stuff about Emily, and then see her go out to the buffet and having fun with her family. Decided to try to stick up for Amberlynn, but then also decided that she wasn't going to stick up for Amberlynn. It was very confusing as to what's going on here, which side Tammy's on, but it just seems to be that she's just in a venting mood and is putting it all out there. Sock puppet, yeah. Amberlynn acting like she hasn't had multiple bed bug infestations. Yeah, like when she was at the townhouse right before moving in with Beck, Eric, and Ricky, and didn't want to tell Eric and Ricky that all of her furniture that she was taking into the house was covered in bed bugs. Ricky was pissed when he found out, I guess.
But at the same time, it's like, you could have came up to us. Like, I would have opened my arms to you and given you a hug. Like, you need to gray wall her? I don't know what that means. So it's like, her and I are living on two completely different planets. Like, if she would have texted me or anything, I would have responded so fast, because I've spent the last 2 years crying to my mom, crying to my grandma, being like, why doesn't she want anything to do with me? Like, what happened? What did I do? Like,
Right.
But, it had nothing to do.
Another moment of Amberlynn not being self-aware of her own actions and how they might have made her aunt feel. She just thinks that she didn't do anything at all, other than try to be the best niece that she could be.
About being
and while I'm over there crying about it, she's thinking of when can I speak to Snowflake? Like, what? That's crazy.
gross. In fact, like when people heard that, like people that know me, like, you're one of the cleanest people I know. I'm like, yeah, but like
I went to your house. You are not one of the cleanest people.
I mean, really,
I was in your home. What? It doesn't matter.
I think that was only brought up just to
It genuinely
make her
doesn't
sound
matter.
as bad.
Exactly. Exactly. And then another part that I heard was, in her old video when she came, we went out to bowling and we went camping and we had so much fun and she just had the time of her life. And then when she came back to live with me, it was boring and we didn't have food and all that. Well, something I'd like to say about that is I was struggling back in those days very much in multiple ways. So the fact that...
Well, that's why it's frustrating to me, because you made it seem like this was a secure place. I was someone who was in foster care, bounced around from the ages of 8 to 18, and you made it seem secure and safe. And it wasn't. It wasn't that. It wasn't. There was so many people there. My mom had to sleep on the floor. Like, there was nowhere for us to sleep. Like,
God. Then why didn't you find your own place with your mother? Instead, it's all Tammy's fault, and she was nice enough to give you a roof over your head for a night or two. Who cares how long? Like, you should be going and trying to find your own way. But instead, it was, like, all put on your mom and your aunt at that point.
There was so many people living there. It was a mess. There was cockroaches. Like, there was no food. I helped with the food stamps. I was very glad to help. And I gave them to you. I was so...
Okay, the food stamp's gonna be something that Tammy brings up too, as we saw earlier in the stream, where, like, Amberlynn never got food stamps, but Amberlynn says she gave her food stamps. So I'm not quite sure which one it is, but it seemed like Amberlynn had said that when she was approved for them and had the paper in front of her, and said that she was happy she could finally help, that Tammy did admit that that set her off. I'm having mental holes. Hello, good to see you. I think it was like, I don't know if she had bed bugs back in the day, but she mentioned that she had them recently.
Happy to be able to help. You have no idea. And you got mad at me. You got mad at me when I said, I'm so glad I'm able to help. Like, what is that? What is that? Like, why would you get mad at someone for saying that?
Maybe Tammy didn't feel like it was enough. Maybe you should have been helping yourself a little more to try to establish an actual life and try to find employment. I mean, she was 18 at the time. It probably wouldn't have been that hard right out of high school to go find something. Like, she was able to get into school, so she probably would have been able to find a job, but it just seems like she didn't want to get a job. There's a difference between looking and trying to find one and not getting one, and just deciding, I'm not going to work. Like, it's two different things, and it didn't seem like she was trying to help herself. So, like, maybe if she was more willing to go out and try to find a job, maybe Tammy would have felt that that was helping more than her getting some sort of assistance, probably, like, let's say even if it was $200 for the whole month, it probably wouldn't have lasted that long, and there being all of Tammy's kids and grandkids in the house, like, I think Tammy would have been happier if Amberlynn would have said, I'm getting a job and I'm getting out of here, rather than, I got just some food stamps and I'm just gonna hang out here for the day.
That's just weird to me.
I took her camping, took her bowling, did anything extra.
You didn't get food stamps? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I even had food stamps when I was living with my grandma, and my grandma had nothing. There was nothing there. The minute my food stamps hit, we went shopping and I let them get whatever the hell they wanted. Yes, I did.
Had to sacrifice to do that. I can't tell you how I pulled that off, honestly, because if at the same time I didn't have enough money to eat.
And even at that point, she was 18.
I didn't get a job because I had nothing. I didn't have a car. Like, there was no such thing as Ubers back then. I was stuck in this house by myself. I didn't have anything. I didn't have, like, internet. I had nothing. Like,
Okay, but where was she stuck? In the middle of nowhere? Or, you know, someone must have had a car. Someone was leaving that house. There was a whole bunch of people in the house. I'm sure someone would have given her a drive.
I didn't even exist, pretty much. I had nothing. There would be no way for me to have a full-time job and be able to.
She also talked about the wealthy people she had as foster parents. They couldn't help her out while she was like, okay, I have a job. Can you help me until I get on my feet? They probably would have helped her too, but she doesn't seem to want to. She's always making the excuses. She's been using the excuse, I don't drive so I don't get a job, for years. She was still using that excuse when she lived with Crystal. And then she was only looking for a job and went and applied at Walmart right after Crystal broke up with her, and she wasn't sure if she was going to be staying there or not. So she went to look for jobs in Virginia before meeting Destiny and deciding to move to Florida. So, I mean, if she wouldn't have met Destiny and moved to Florida, she probably would have been still living with Crystal and maybe have got a job, but at least Crystal drove. And then when she moved in with Destiny, she like got the job because they were looking for someone for part-time. But like, it doesn't seem like she was looking for a job. She was just kind of waiting for Destiny to get her a job, I guess. She had options. Yeah, Drox, you're back. Haha, good. She had options. She just prefers to rely on weaponized incompetence.
To get there, be able to, I had nothing. Like, it was torture. It was like seclusion beyond belief. I had nothing. I had no one. Like, I was still a kid. I'm sorry. But 18 years old, coming out of foster care, I was still a kid. I was lost as fuck. I was lost. And I was smack dab right where I was as a child. My mom doing drugs, my mom neglecting me.
Stig. Oh, that's so nice of you. Yeah. So Amberlynn was 18, so it was like 2008 or 9. So they probably did have those resources in place at that point, but she would have to probably go through paperwork or something to actually get access to those resources, and she chose the food stamps for her resource.
My mom just leaving me. I was still a kid. I'm sorry, but 18-year-olds, you can be legally adult all you want. You are still a fucking child.
Oh yeah, and I'd say she was probably like 14 mentally, maybe at the time.
Point blank pure.
Know her shit.
Absolutely. But besides, it's like she don't see the fact that, wow, my aunt was really struggling there, but she still, when I thought it was just a visit, I pulled out all the cards I can to do what I could for her. And then she lied and said about food stamps. She never got food stamps living with me.
Yes, I did. I had food stamps living with you, and I had food stamps with grandma. This is the first time she's actually like downright lied about something. Right here.
This is the first time she downright lied about something. All right. Well, so then the rest of it was all kind of true.
I had food stamps. I had food stamps. I got $200 a month. That is the first time I've ever had food stamps. She just lied. That is the first time she has lied. Like just like a flat out weird lie, which I don't understand why, but it is what it is.
Oh, Amberlynn knows so well about the unnecessary lies.
Didn't live with me long enough to get food stamps.
There were never any food stamps.
Yes, there was. Yes, there was. I was sitting on the mattress, literally in your living room, and I looked at you and said, I'm so glad I'm going to be able to help. And you got pissed at me. Pissed.
I was on
Thank
food
you, Silly
stamps
Crafts.
in my older life. I don't know, 15 years ago, I think would be probably close to the last time I've been on the system with food stamp stuff. But
Elena, I don't know, how do you get food stamps receipts? Because I wish I could show them. Is there a way to find that? Because I mean, that was back when I was 18 and I'm 34 now.
But she never got food stamps while living in my house.
Yes, I did.
I got food stamps for me and
Yes,
my
I
kids and
did.
grandkids at the time.
The way that it was phrased by her is that she was kind of a savior and she was providing. Yeah.
Yeah, and I got mad at
Yeah, Sarah, because there were so many people living in that house that there wasn't enough rooms for everyone.
her when
And you just decided it was a good idea to move in.
she said, I'm just so glad I could help.
So the mattress in the living room is where her daughter's kid, 2 kids, and her daughter's husband, they would sleep on that mattress in the living room.
brain kicked out. I was just like, what the hell? So I call my daughter and I ask her, Ashley, I'm just wondering if I can't remember something. When Amber this,
Yeah,
and I don't even
anxious.
have to finish. And I was like, she never had food stamps. What is she talking about? I tell her about it. On top of that, my daughter was only 18 years old at this point. and she was working at a Sonic drive-in. And when Amber and her brother were trying to fly home, their baggage was too heavy. So they would either had to have left some stuff at the airport.
My aunt is twisted. This is when I was too big and I had to buy an extra seat. So I had to call my foster mom and she had to buy another seat for me. What? I was on my way to Oklahoma. I was sitting down. I was already checked in. I was ready to go, ready to rumble. They came up to me and they said, can you come here? They pulled me up to the little desk thing and they said, you're going to need another seat. They could just tell based on my circumference, if you will. At that time, you guys, I was like 420 pounds. So I was big. Like I was a wide load. I've been a wide load my literal whole life. I started bawling my eyes out because it was like 10 to 15 minutes I had to get onto that plane. I started bawling instantly. I called my foster mom. I'm not gonna lie, my last year of foster care, I lived with my friend's parents and they were pretty wealthy. So instantly I knew, okay, they're gonna be able to help me in this moment.
See, they're able to help her in this moment, but they can't help her like later on in life when she's trying to get out on her own at all. Like,
thank God. And she was also a bigger woman, so she understood it wasn't like embarrassing for me or anything like that. So I called and I said, I'm gonna have to buy an extra ticket. I'm bawling my eyes out. First of all, I'm embarrassed. I'm so fucking embarrassed.
Drox, yeah, she's talking about going to Oklahoma from California. But Aunt Tammy's talking about going from Oklahoma back to California.
My luggage was never too heavy.
And Amberlynn's freaking out before she even hears the rest of the story.
I could say that because I didn't bring much. It was because I was too big and my foster mom had to literally pay for me to get an extra seat. I actually have a story time about this on my YouTube. What the fuck? I'm genuinely so confused of how she took that story and turned.
Lily, yeah. After she does say, I can give her $60, who cares? No one's gonna ever see that $60 except for Amberlynn.
Into something, like warped it into something that's not true. A, it was never the luggage. B, you guys did not help with money at all. When me and my brother went to visit, my foster family gave me and my brother money for the time there. So they did not have to spend any money on us. Secondly, bless their heart, my foster dad at the time literally called. This is just my last year of foster care, might I add. Do not involve all of this, like, and make it seem like that was my whole time in foster care. Like, literally no. And I had a lot of bad experiences with them as well. Money does not equal love. Money does not equal safety, etc., etc. It was my brother's birthday. So they literally called and said, what restaurant does all of your family want to eat at? And my foster parents spent over $300 for us to all eat at a restaurant together. Like, that's what happened. Like, this is crazy.
Or they'd have to pay extra for a plane for the baggage. Didn't have nobody. So my daughter at 18 paid it.
You didn't hear the full story though? I knew exactly what she was about to talk about. About to talk about. Because this is something that she said back in the Kiwi Farms days where I'm like, girl, you were out of your mind crazy. That never happened.
For her. And she said that the foster parents would give it back to my daughter when she got home. Never got it back.
Where am I?
Drox, yeah, her last foster care home, I think she said that things were going really well, but then she wasn't getting along with her friend anymore, and that her brother wasn't being nice to her, and so it was like, they had like the like financial security, but I don't think things were emotionally well around that time. And I mean, we know how Amberlynn acts, so it was probably like 10 times worse back then.
Never got it back.
In this, she literally just said their package or their luggage was too big. I knew exactly what she was about to talk about.
This is the same girl that took in her mom several times when she had no place to go. But never once in the hundreds of thousands of dollars that she has.
It's not a different story. When I went to Oklahoma, that is when she is talking about. It was the exact same time. It's not a different story. It's the exact, she said, on my way to Oklahoma, that is what happened. I was too big for the seat. I had to buy a new one. What do you mean I'm not listening? My aunt is talking about when I went to Oklahoma.
She's talking about when you went back to California.
What is happening?
I mean, for you two.
You guys weren't there. I was.
Has she
You're literally not even listening to her.
ever?
You guys, I never had luggage that was too heavy. My cousin has never had to spend a penny on me.
Once
And at 18, $60, yes, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yes, I would there's so much that you actually, you actually forget sometimes until something triggers that memory or you.
Shit, if she wants fucking $60, I can give her $60. Like, what the fuck? That never happened though. Like, this is insane.
Go looking for that receipt and you see.
My cousin never paid for anything. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys.
Conversation. I'm just like, just wow.
Yeah.
And at times I've stopped watching her YouTube. Now I have seen what I thought to be every video she put out for years, right? And then there'd be times where I would have to stop watching. My whole entire family can tell you this because I wanted to know Amber so bad. It was a void I had inside of me from the time she left when she was a baby.
You ruined that though. Like, I've been here in Oklahoma, open arms. And this is what you do? Like, out of nowhere?
So I'm always trying. I had to find out about Amber through YouTube. I would even tell Amber, I'm not just another YouTube follower. I'm your aunt. I shouldn't hear every detail of your life through YouTube.
Yeah.
So I'm going to quit watching your videos. And if you want me to be in your life, you can let me know what's going on in your life. Well, instead of doing that.
Rocks, yeah. Well, like like she expected Tammy to put her up in a luxury hotel. She definitely got that kind of treatment when she was living with Crystal. I remember when they went to the hotel in Baltimore and she's like, this is our bed and Crystal's mom's bed, and her mom's sleeping on the cot and they have the king bed to themselves. Like, I think they were going to like a convention that time too. There's lots of stuff going on, but yeah, like a lot of the things, like when she was living with Crystal, she just took it as granted rather than it being something that she was like grateful for. And that they were actually doing nice things for her. Like, they were still taking care of her after she moved out and was living with Destiny. And she did mention at one point, well, Destiny did, that one of the foster moms, I'm assuming this one here that she's talking about, paid for a U-Haul for them to move from Florida to Kentucky. So she was still in contact with people that probably could have helped her if she wanted to help herself.
She would wait and then are you watching my videos again yet? I told her no. I really wish she would. I even told her in this text, no, I'm not. I have to take care of my mental.
I don't know. I'm confused because in last live stream, she said she has watched every single thing I've ever uploaded. And then now she's saying that she hasn't. So I don't know which is true or which isn't.
Health. That's how much it was affecting me.
Yeah. Well, it kind of sounded like you didn't want this. You didn't want us to come to this.
No, absolutely not.
This whole like, oh, why is she bringing it online? Why is she airing our personal business?
It sounded like you didn't want this. Why did you bring it online? I never brought any of this online. Jordy, this wasn't me who brought this online. This was her. What? I'm genuinely confused about that.
It didn't start out like this. It's just,
No.
This is you at the end of your rope.
Yeah, I could have done this years ago. I mean, I could have made some money.
Yeah,
off
Jessica,
of
like,
YouTube
what?
by now, don't you think? I mean,
Yeah.
so many
Elena, I would have never brought this online if it wasn't for her.
people. That's not the intention. Never was, never will be. Like, it's not that. I'm not jealous of Amber or her money. I live a very comfortable life. I don't need for anything. It's not about money at all. It's about her slowly killing herself, and I can't keep watching it. But
So you see me in distress, and you said, let's make it worse in case Amberlynn dies. Okay.
Maybe Aunt Tammy was trying to have a relationship with Amberlynn before she dies. And then want to help her try to avoid that death by speaking out and saying, hey, Emily, why don't you stay away from my niece and stop putting your fetishes on her because you're just going to kill her.
That doesn't make sense, but okay.
yet I was addicted to watching it, trying to help her. I couldn't stop.
Is that kind of how you felt when you reached out to Emily? Was that you trying to help her?
It's just if I could get one, like I can't, I still cannot, my brain cannot wrap around the fact. Let's even believe that, even though I could never, that she didn't really believe Emily was a feeder. Regardless, you know now.
Yeah.
And after that big blow up that they had, and Emily did what she did, and all this stuff online, the very next day, we're talking again.
So, okay, so you're telling me right now, a woman who was in an abusive relationship for 15 years, you think it's that easy to just be like, yeah, I don't love you anymore, I'm done talking to you?
Okay, well, Amberlynn is just admitting here now that she's still talking to Emily. That's great. That's great for you.
It's not easy. It's not easy. Especially, I come from chaotic. That's all I know. I come from toxic. That's all I know.
No, so we're not gonna learn. We're just gonna keep going down the same road and doing the same thing rather than changing and trying to do things better. She's just gonna make an excuse. Oh, well, this is all I know, so this is what I'm gonna know forever.
That's my normal. That's how I've been loved my whole life, is through fucking chaos. So you think that this is a new thing for me? It's not. So it's easy to stay. It's easy to love. And that's unfortunately the reality of it.
Yes, going with those toxic feelings. That's great. Emily is still shading the fuck out of her online. Probably.
But the fact that you can sit there and say that when you were in an abusive relationship for 15 years and you couldn't leave, that doesn't make sense. You literally experienced it yourself. I mean, completely different stories, but still, chaotic is the same word here. Like, what do you mean? You know the answer to that. So why even ask it?
Oh, and thanks to Amberlynn, she helped her get out of that abusive relationship. So you should be saying, thanks, Amberlynn. Thank you for helping me get out of that. Because it's all about Amberlynn.
It was I don't know, it was the straw. It was like, well, I guess it was the realization that Amber really doesn't want to lose weight. And I truly had weight.
I do want to lose the weight. Like, I'm genuinely miserable. This has nothing to do with Emily. Like, I have been super fucking morbidly obese my whole life. Like, my whole life. Oh, thank you, Dana. I love you too.
And she keeps putting herself in those situations where she's allowing herself to continue to be this way. Like, Beck wasn't helping. She tried to get some help with Jade, but obviously they were button heads all the time, so like she wasn't trying to help herself with Jade. We did see some of the weight loss thing, but like she didn't follow through with it because she didn't think that she could not, what was it? She couldn't eat a bunch of food at once. I don't want to say the word, I guess. For a year before getting the surgery or something. Like, it was just ridiculous how difficult it seemed to be for her to actually go through with it. And then like Jade probably wasn't going to be there very much longer, so Amberlynn figured, well, if Jade's not going to be with me, I don't have someone to take care of me after the surgery.
Wasted decades. Trying to.
Because if she loses weight, she can't be a victim.
Yeah.
If she loses weight, she can't be a victim. What does that mean? I could be as skinny as a tooth.
She literally just victimized herself, saying she's always been like this and that it doesn't have to do with her girlfriends at all, and it's just the way that she is. And I'm like, okay, well, you're not helping yourself.
Pick and still be a victim. I could be fat, I could be skinny, it doesn't matter. I could be a victim, a non-victim. It has nothing to do. What? That just confused me so bad I don't even have an answer for it.
And that's her ultimate trump card.
Yeah.
I bet you voted for Trump.
Yeah. The talk about, I don't know if she's still sober. That's just to get underneath my skin. I don't drink alcohol anymore. She knows it's a touchy situation.
I don't believe anything you say.
Topic, so she wanted to put that out there, saying that I'm doing this because I may not be sober. I'm sober. I smoke medical marijuana, and I dab it. They call it dabbing. Take it for what you want. That's what I do. That's all I do. I don't do prescription drugs. I don't do alcohol. I don't do anything but smoke medical marijuana.
Right.
And
I didn't vote for Trump.
So it is what it is. Yeah. I would never, ever... Oh, she says that my sister has never smoked pot in her life. That's a lie. Why did she lie? Beyond me.
I just go based off of what my mom said. My mom says that weed is a nothing burger to her. So I was just going based off of what she said. It was not a lie. It was based off of what my mom said. Yeah. And you have known my mom longer than I've known her.
What did she get from lying about that? My sister has...
Again, not a lie. I'm going based off of what my mom has told me.
Multiple times, but my sister does not like pot. It makes her paranoid if she don't like that feeling.
Yeah.
Why did she lie about it? I don't understand.
Again, because that is what my mom told me. That is what my mom told me.
It's always another issue too. I am the only one in my family that had anything to do with this. That is a firm believer that my sister does not
things you don't know.
Alcohol.
Right.
Aunt Tammy makes me paranoid. She makes me crazy.
Alcoholic in recovery, right? She comes over to my house, holiday parties, whatever it is. Even when I was drinking, would never drink while my sister's here. And in fact, anyone coming over, I'd say, hey, we have band practice sometimes. My husband's a musician too, as a hobby. We have band practice at my house. And on those nights, we're definitely drinking nights. If we had him on a night that my sister made by, it didn't start until after she left. I would never. Amber had...
Well, good. Like, that is bare minimum. Never drink in front of my mom. Never. And I will say, my mom is like, she's very strong in her sobriety. I will say that. Because for Christmas, or was it birthday? It was my grandma's birthday. My grandma likes to drink, what is it? It's like Bailey's. I also like Bailey's, which is crazy. And my mom literally, because I was like sitting there, I was like, what should I get my grandma to do? My mom's like, I can swing by the alcohol store and you can get her a really big thing of Bailey's. I'm like, Mom, are you sure? Like, are you sure about that? And she's like, yes, I'm fine. I'll sit in the car. And I'm like, you know, I make sure to be like, you know, she came up with that idea. And so I got my grandma the big thing of Bailey's. My grandma loved it. But it's like you have to, like, bare minimum is making sure, like, that the person in sobriety is always comfortable, always. Like, when I would vape Delta, I would make sure to be like, Mom, like, this, especially when I first moved here, my mom's like, that's nothing. Like, I'm not triggered by no vape. I'm not triggered by Delta. Like, you've got to be kidding me. I did worse things. And I'm telling you, my mom has done the worst of the worst. So, anyways, like, it's just bare minimum to make sure, like, her sobriety is the most important thing in the room, in my opinion. Like, my mom is everything to me, and her sobriety is everything to me, and that'll forever stand that way.
My sister take her liquor stores to get those buzzball things. Who does?
I would never go to a liquor store for Buzzball. They're just at the grocery store. And again, like I said, I've never once been like, let's go to the liquor store, Mom. But they're at the grocery store. I just get them from GoPuff on my DoorDash or my Uber. My mom has never taken me to get Buzzballs ever. I order them through my phone. So the one time we went to an alcohol store was for my grandma, and it was my mom's idea because I did not know what to get her for her birthday. And my mom stayed in the car, and I made sure I asked her over and over and over, are you sure? Are you sure? DoorDashing Buzzballs is insane. Yeah. So, and every time I would drink, it's always like a last minute, like, thought process. It's never like, I never like plan to drink. It's never like something, I usually like just don't plan it. So it's always something like, maybe I should drink tonight. And then I just.
It's funny she said that about her junk food too, that she never really plans it, but she'll just send back to the store to get it, or now she's door dashing things when she gets the craving for it.
Just like DoorDash it. So yeah, my aunt's wrong on that.
That.
Yeah, really.
And you think that's bad enough? Wait till you hear this one. The Ozempic shot.
Uh-huh.
This caused a fight with me, Amber, and my mom. Amber was making my sister come over to give her Ozempic.
You guys know that my mom was giving my Ozempic shot. She was the one who actually said that she'd be willing to do it for me. And I thought it was super sweet. My mom even vocalized on my video in a vlog. My mom has said in a vlog, this does not trigger her at all in any sort of way. I would never put my mom in a situation where she felt triggered. My mom would do drugs with needles in the past, like forever ago. Like, my mom's almost a decade sober. I would never in a million years put my mom in a situation where she was triggered. My mom said, Amberlynn, if I have to put a needle inside of you to save your life, I'm gonna do it. Are you kidding me? Like, you're my daughter. Like, that does not trigger me at all. Like,
So it sounds like they thought maybe the Ozempic would save her life.
my mom was nowhere even near triggered. And if she was, guess who would give the needle? Me. I would never in a million years put my mom in a situation like that. Ever. Like, my mom, oh God, the strength in that woman is so empowering. The resilience, the fight, I admire that. And I so badly want that to be me when it comes to food. And me and my mom, like, now I'm rambling, sorry. Me and my mom, like, have literally talked about, like, my mom has said it herself, even in front of my friend, like, while we're at bingo, we're just like yapping. We talk about literally everything. My mom has looked at me and said, I feel like food addiction is worse than drug addiction. And I'm like, Mom, you can't really say that. Like, we don't know, like, like, whatever. But my mom's like, you have to eat. Like, how do you do it? And I literally am like, I don't know. Like, I genuinely don't know. Like, it's fucking rough. But yeah, I would never, like, the Ozempic shot, like, my mom was just being a mom, and she was not triggered in the slightest, not even the tiniest of a fraction. If I even felt like that was going to be a thing, I would not have allowed my mom to help me. I wouldn't allow my mom to even look at the shot. My mom's thinking about taking Ozempic herself. My mom's thinking about taking a fucking thing and putting it in herself.
Okay, I thought, because I was just skimming through the first time I watched it, and I thought she said that she did, but she's saying that she's thinking about taking Ozempic as well. Like, Mama Lynn's not even that big to be taking that, but it's to the individual, right? It's everyone's individual preference of what they want to do, but, like, it just seems kind of weird that she's putting that out there. Some of it. Yeah. Amber, stop talking.
In her own body. That seems more triggering because she's doing it to herself. But my mom's like, no, I got this. I'm not triggered at all. So like my aunt's trying to put me in this weird light, and it's just not the case. I'm sorry, but Tammy, you're wrong.
Shots. Because she couldn't give them to herself.
Yeah, we know. She showed that in the vlog.
Okay, and my sister's a recovering addict.
I over-explain a lot. I talk a lot and I ramble a lot. I don't know why. Why share that? Because me and my mom were thinking about doing it together and like doing like a mother-daughter thing, and we were thinking about like vlogging it and stuff. I don't know. It's not like a secret.
Shooting up drugs.
Right. Oh, well, there was actually
Ask your mom to even hold a needle.
Yeah, there was actually
She offered. I never asked. She offered.
a joke that your sister made in one of the vlogs, and she said something along the lines of, "I know my way around."
Well, she probably offered after she kind of said that she couldn't do it herself, and I'm pretty sure she was getting Jade to give her the Ozempic when she was living in Kentucky. So the more she says, like, oh, I'm scared of needles, I don't want to do this, to her mom, like, maybe she knows that her mom's, knows her way around a needle, I guess, or knows how to use it, I guess, what I meant to say. So maybe that's why she would, like, say that, so that she could get her mom to do it. Like, it's Amberlynn behavior, that's what she does. She'll say she can't do something, hoping somebody else will say, oh, I can do that for you.
Around a needle.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Like my mom makes jokes about it because she's so far removed. Like I am genuinely so proud of her. It's because liars talk too much. Hasn't my aunt like haven't taken a breather this whole time? Does that mean she's lying? She hasn't taken a breather this whole time, and in the last live stream, not a single breather. Jordy says maybe 10 words the whole time.
She could have been triggered just one time from doing that. Why would you even ask?
Do you think that this was deliberate?
I don't know. It'd be easy to play victim again if my sister was to relapse, wouldn't it?
I have looked my mom square in the face, like during our very hard conversations. Like, this is the sickest thing I've ever heard. Oh, Tammy, you're fucking vile. And Jordy, you too. You're fucking sick. Karma will come. I've looked my mom during these hard conversations, and I've said, Mom, if you ever relapse, I'm not going to be around. I'm not going to be around for it. I have looked at her and said that, and she says, honey, I know. You guys wouldn't believe the things that I went through when my mom was on drugs or drinking. You guys would not believe. I would never put myself in that situation again. And the thing is, the most powerful thing of this all, my mom wouldn't put herself in that situation again. My mom's sobriety is my #1 fucking priority when I'm around her. My mom is so far removed from that, sometimes it's hard to even believe she once did do drugs. But for my aunt and Jordy to sit there and fucking say shit like that is disgusting. Like, that's disgusting. Hate me all you want, but that's disgusting. I love my mom unconditionally. She is my world. That is my mother. That is my mother. It's not, her sobriety means everything to me. Everything. That is what I wished for every single day as a child, as a kid, as a teenager, as a young adult. I wished for it over and over and over and over. That's all I wanted. And now that I have it, why wouldn't I want anything else? Like, you guys both are fucking sick.
But I mean, have her take her to the liquor store. Do my
She took me to the liquor store one time. It was because of her idea, because of my grandma.
injection. Like, was this kind of like a way of Amberlynn getting back at her mom?
I don't ever get back at my mom. Like, you guys are so warped and twisted. It's genuinely scary. Like, it's genuinely scary.
Way of control. It's a way of Amber getting anyone to do anything for her. She loves it. She loves it.
Jeez.
When I heard about it, then I tell my mom, I am livid. I can't believe this. Why would she have my sister even around a needle, let alone shooting it into her body? Does she see that could be a trigger?
Big. Oh my gosh. Yep. Too bad her mom won't look her in the eye and say, if you don't go to therapy, I won't drive you to the buffet. She should. Like, but I think at that point, I think Mama Lynn's like, Amberlynn's in her addiction, and she doesn't see that as being something that is as serious as Mama Lynn and her sobriety. Amberlynn's literally in addiction and can't see that she's in that spot and won't help herself to get out, and then she expects Mama Lynn just to like ignore the fact that she's in this crazy relationship, ignore the fact that she's not treating herself well. But then puts that ultimatum out on Mama Lynn. Do as I say, not as I do.
Blah, blah, blah. So then my mom mentioned it to them, and then of course, my mom got on to because she brought it up, and I was like, tell them I said it. It's okay. It's just how I feel.
You can think how you can feel how you feel, think what you think, that's on you. That's fully on you. But it's not reality. It's not founded in reality. My mom is not triggered by the needle. My mom offered. I do not have my mom take me to alcohol stores. Like, everything you're saying is not founded in reality. My mom wants to take Ozempic herself. Are you going to get on her for that? Like, you say so badly that you don't want me to die, you want me to lose weight and all this stuff, and then my mom does a motherly thing by helping me with the Ozempic, and it's a bad thing. Make up your fucking mind.
Well, I mean, she could have found another motherly thing to do rather than stick a needle and some drugs in you, right? And that's what's happening. You can say it's like prescription, so it's okay, but it's the same. Like, that in itself should be triggering. The fact that her mom's doing, like, yes, there is an issue with it. I think that there is an issue with it, and Amberlynn doesn't want to see it as an issue. She sees it as a, she sees it as an answer to losing weight rather than for what it is.
Make up your mind.
I think it's really weird.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Corky, it's fucking weird.
I appreciate. I appreciate all the clarification, because from what Amberlynn has had to say, and I'm sure that she'll respond to this as well, and I'm sure she'll have her own side of the story, and
You know it, Jordy.
you know. But there were some
I
things
mean,
that.
maybe me and Amber need to get on a live and compare receipts and stories and see how that goes.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Get the fuck on my live, Tammy. Get the fuck on my live. We can do this. Square up. I'm ready for it. I am ready for it.
I mean, you know, I'm happy to be the medium here, but
You're not going to be the medium, love. She's coming to my live. I'm not going on yours. Remember when you said no to me before? Fuck no. I will never be on your fucking channel.
I don't know if she's interested in talking with you.
Corky.
Yeah, so when Erica and her wife went on, Erica, went on Jordy's live stream and, like, talking about the whole situation with Amberlynn. Amberlynn wanted to go up there and, you know, discuss everything. You know, there wasn't going to be a discussion. It was going to be a tantrum. Jordy said, no, probably not, because we want to get all of let's them get their story out before Amberlynn's interrupting and yelling over them and not letting them actually talk and not getting any information out, but instead just fighting with Amberlynn. Like, so it made sense that he didn't want her on at that point. But if they were going to do, like, another live stream for that reason, that would make more sense. But at that point, it was just her Valentine and Valentine's wife trying to get their information out.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Oh, I'll talk to her. I'll talk to her real good. I'm not scared. I know my truth. I'm very confident in my truth and myself. Took me a long time to get there, but I'm here.
There's nothing for her to get out of it, you know?
No, she knows I'm done.
Yeah. Well, it looks like she just started her live stream now, and she put "aunt" in quotation marks. So I don't know if that is her disowning you or what, but.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah, so the name of her live was, "And the drama continues, ... responding to Jordy and my aunt," in quotations.
So?
Oh,
I hope so. That's unwell. Like, that's literally unwell.
oh, geez.
Your mom recovered from her addiction and you were jealous. Where is the jealousy? I have literally sat here and said how it's empowering, how proud I am. I have cried about it. I'm everything but jealous. I've literally sat here and literally hyped my mom up and bragged about her ad nauseum in vlogs, in live streams, to friends, to people that we hang out with. Are you joking me? Jealous? Fuck that.
I hope so. I really do want it to be, like, over at the end of all this. But, yeah, she's very manipulative, so we'll see how that goes.
All right, Tammy. Well, maybe we'll see you again.
All right, have a good night.
Have a good night.
All right, so we made it to the end of the conversation. And we have about 15 more minutes of Amberlynn's live stream. Let's see what she says.
Okay.
Amber, ignore that shit. These people don't understand the recovery of addiction. They don't. All these people, like these trolls in my channel, I just ignore them for the most part because they're genuinely, yikes. Don't let these losers weaponize your mom's win to gaslight you. You can be happy for her and still have your struggles. Exactly, Corky.
She's sniping. She's already live reacting?
He's already live reacting? Oh, jeez. So what Jordy's going to do is he's going to watch my live on his downtime and think of, like, plot points, things to say. He has so much time on his hands. I don't know how he does it because these lives are so long. he'll never watch them for the first time, like on his thing. Like it is so weird to me because he has to like think of these things, like how can I twist what Amberlynn's saying here or there? Like it's so weird.
Well, we have all the information straight up from Amberlynn, because I'd like to have all the information out there so that you can get all the information and form your opinion on that rather than forming your opinion based on a couple clips from her live stream.
She's sniping again?
All three of us with our laughs, but oh my gosh, that's funny.
She never tried to pay Crystal's parents back? No. Well, she probably thought, like, why do they need paid back? They don't need money. They're fine. Snipe Amber? Snipe Amber sniping me?
His laugh is the worst.
Guys,
yeah.
That's crazy. Snipe Amber sniping me.
We love your positivity. Thank you, Jessica. That's sweet.
Sniper, no sniping. Sniper, no sniping. Get Amber on a call. She has my phone number.
No, I don't.
Oh, God. Wiper, no wiping. Wiper, no wiping.
Oh my gosh, that is just too funny. I'm really loving that.
Ableist.
Oh my God. Mandy, thank you so much for sending in 10 gifted memberships.
Are you going to say your thoughts?
Whole,
like, what's about to happen?
So I think that was very helpful. I think that we got a lot of clarity.
There was nothing helpful about that. There was no clarity.
Things that we were kind of wondering about, they got spoken on.
It was the same nothing burger as last time.
Cleared up by Tammy. Will we be seeing her again in the future? I don't know. But, appreciate her time. Appreciate her coming on here, sharing her story. Mm-hmm.
Of course you do.
Yeah. Get your Labubu a slushie.
Do you have like any like thought process? Like, is this your life? Is this your streams?
Did Tammy randomly call you? No, she messaged me and said, she said, let's talk about November 1st. So she had to clarify that November 1st originally meant something to her. November 1st was when she got together with her now husband.
Whew. I literally want to message her and be like, I don't even count calories right now. I should. I know I've gained weight. I'm just like, I'm going through it. I'm going through it for real. Hold on a second. Text her? What is her name here?
All right, so I think she's sending off the message that we saw at the first of the live stream that she sent off to Tammy.
Oh, Elena, that wasn't towards my aunt. Where I was pressing the keys hard. Only whisper to you? Oh my God. That'd be weird. I mean, I would love for her to call me, but the thing is, I'm on my phone. I'd have to do it like, I don't know. I turned the phone calls off on my MacBook a long time ago because I was getting these weird calls. So, what did I say to her? I said, what you're doing is vile, but you know that already. I will have a call with you on my live stream. I'm confident in my truth and what I have to say. That is all I said. That is all I said. So, but yeah, like I have been seeing y'all's Instagrams messages to me. Like genuinely, I am like, the support has meant so much to me. Like I love you guys so much. Like I know that I'm not like responding and stuff. It's just, it's a lot of messages, etc., etc. But I just want to say, like, genuinely thank you from the bottom of my heart. Like you guys give me a strength that I need. So thank you. It means like genuinely the world to me, like wholeheartedly. So thank you for that. She seems desperate for attention. Yeah, this is crazy. I can't believe this is a multi-part saga. Unfortunately, let me actually go to live.
Yeah, and it sounds like we're gonna have a part 3 too, because if Amberlynn and Tammy go live on Amberlynn's channel, well, I've already discussed part 1 and 2, so we're gonna have to come back for a part 3. I didn't even know if I wanted to do this, but I was like, you know what? We already went through the part 1, so I may as well do the part 2. And I like hanging out with you guys. It's fun. And then, yeah, so we're gonna have to do a part 3 too, I guess, when they have that conversation. Now, I wonder if they'll have a conversation straight up on live stream, or if they'll have a conversation behind the scenes, which is so much more appropriate for them to be doing if they want to actually have a relationship. But it seems like they just want to air each other's dirty laundry, basically.
I've chat from my laptop. It's easier to see, so I don't have to like squint so hard. Okay. Thank you for everyone for the super chats, by the way, during that whole thing. It's just hard to keep up when I'm like reacting and trying to respond and this and that. So thank you everyone for super chats. Thank you all for all new members. My hair is in my earring. So I just want to say thank you guys. I'm getting my $5 worth of chatting. Yeah, I don't blame you at all. Yeah. Yeah, Corky, people in your chat like want you against me. People in my chat want me against you. It's very like Team Rosie, Team Amberlynn. Like that's just how it is, you know. That's all right. We're the next Twilight. Team Jacob or Team Edward. Betsy, keep it cute. Exactly. Say Jordy's lives are boring. Yeah, he had 7.3K viewers. Thank you for the money, especially $5. I love a good $5. Thank you. Much appreciated. No, you cannot call Jacob. See, the thing is, when I was in high school, I was Team Edward. As an adult, I'm Team Jacob. It's just watching it back with like a different like brain. It feels like she has more chemistry with Jacob. I'm not gonna lie about it. Like the Edward, like it's just I don't know. It seems like force almost. I'm not trying to like out the window. What would you like me to talk about? I'm like freezing right now. Holy shit. Exile? How do you pronounce that? Why am I spamming her messages? I sent her one message and then she responded and I sent her another one. How is that spamming someone messages? Thank you, Ty, for coming to stream Queen Mini. Thank you. Zio. Okay. You can't get cold. Goosebumps are freezing. Where am I actually at? What is with all this? You're too fat to get cold? Someone's screaming at the top of their lungs. You're not cold. Oh my god. Someone said, Elena, you were so weird. Yeah, it's so fucking strange. Cold. Fat people get cold? Chat. Can fat people get cold? I'm about to read you guys the answer. Bitch, I am eating the house down. Eating the fucking house down. I don't give a fuck. So, that's that. Sauce stain. I swear, if I get a sauce stain, I'm immediately changing my clothes. Immediately changing my... of not being loved. I am loved. Yeah. The stress eating the past week for me has been high. Yeah. Your blood pressure is probably dropping, so you're cold. Elaine, thank you for the super chat. So when my blood pressure gets high, I actually get hot. My face, oh, it burns. So no, that's not it, love.
Sock puppet. Yeah. I remember when she had the discussion with Beck and Jade about their Twilight fan fiction, and she was definitely not Team Jacob at that point.
I read Twilight recently and it's so romantical. It has romantical. These people would drive me nuts. Romantical. But yeah, like I think I've taken maybe like 2 drinks of water as well. So I'm definitely like thirsty and hungry. You can tell when I'm thirsty because my no food is on the counter. So if I was looking at food, you'd be seeing me look this way.
So I'm just gonna skimming through the end here because we're pretty close. So I'm just checking out what we got. There's not much left, I don't think.
There's no water habit. I drink like a named Zio. You are. I love your name. Currently fat and cold too. Shut the fuck up. Betsy. Elena, then leave. Like, why are you here? I can put my fingers wherever the fuck I want. My channel, my rules.
There's a bit of comic relief here in a more positive way than, you know, just being laughing at the sadness of the whole thing. She could be funny sometimes.
Don't think so, Sugar Glider. She hasn't even responded to my text message. So, she afraid. 555-pound princess. That sounds kind of cute. I can't call her because I'm using my phone to live stream. For real. Like, what the hell? I've not ate today. I'm not. Hi, Ab. How are you? I'm gonna have to sit here and wait until it does because I can't see it on my phone. It's gonna mess with the stream. So, I woke up at noon. I woke up at the noons. Actually, it was like 11:30, but whatever, noon. The flip phone. If I did eat, I'd be like, oh yeah. Oh, thank you, Daisy. This is actually a dress that goes. Ugh, I don't lie when I do a what I ate today video. Oh yeah, Jessica. Hello, I am, and she has nothing but truth and facts. She said something about being ready when I am, and she has nothing but truth and facts. So we'll be doing it on my live stream. My lips are super dry, and this live stream has already been over 2 hours, so I don't think I'm gonna be doing that tonight. But oh girl, we might be in for a live stream soon, I'll tell you that. I'm gonna have to figure out how to turn on my phone calls again, or if I want to just live, I don't know, I have to figure out which way I want to live stream. So yeah, we're gonna be doing that. Can I call you real quick on what's it called? What is this called? Call you on.
Hello, hello. What's up?
Hello?
Hey, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Hello, hello. Yes, I can hear you. Hello?
Okay, so it's working, but for some reason the ringer is still going. I don't know what's going on.
I can hear you.
Oh, that's okay. So it's working. Okay, wait. I saw. Okay.
Hello, hello.
Okay, I think I have it figured out. Oh my god, that was hectic. Okay, so now I know.
About you isn't hectic, Amber.
I don't. Everything is hectic about me. I'm telling you. So now I know I can just have my aunt like call me through Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Work, yeah.
All right, thank you.
Facebook, if y'all are on Facebook, that might even be better because I don't know how it sounds on your end. On my end, it's a little tinny, like the quality's not great, but I don't know how it is on your end.
Bitch, how did I forget about Facebook? Oh my god.
I think I know they're both owned by Meta, but Facebook's like better quality for video and audio.
Oh yeah, I could do that. Okay.
She's just getting everything settled for when she has to have her conversation with Tammy. Matilda, hey, good to see you. I think that might be like the quirky Rose someone. I don't know. I don't know who it is, honestly, because I don't know that person's voice either. I don't really watch their videos, but she's on the phone with some friend to figure out how to call Tammy.
All right, well, thank you for helping me. All right, bye. Oh my god, that's funny. Okay. How did I forget about Facebook Messenger? That's so weird. Okay. All right. So that's good. Oh my god, Keemstar is. I have to get a Discord. He wants me to, you know what? More so than ever, I might actually go pop up on a show over there. Like, I don't even.
Oh my gosh, what a mess. I don't think Amberlynn wants to go there. They'll eat her alive. Like, Foodie went on there for like a day and old Tina D took her right out. Good on her. Oh my god. That's a character. Tina D. But yeah, having Amberlynn and Tina D on a panel together, could you imagine? Oh yeah, she's already planning to host round 3 of the family drama. Drox, yeah, I think that was one of the things she had mentioned about Jacob before, but now she's changed her mind, you know? I think that's pretty much the end of the live stream.
Care about anything anymore. So, Cam, I disagree with that statement. Like, that's crazy. That's a crazy thing to say. Like, she's just eating, and like everyone has to eat, and not only that, but like she's not streaming 2 children, she's just streaming. Like, that's so crazy. Donna, what? Yeah, including my aunt. Everyone needs to eat a Chinese buffet. Yeah, including my aunt. That's so funny. All right, I need some time to breathe. So.
All right, that's the end of her live stream. So what I did with the last live stream was put it on Daily Motion in 2 parts, and it's not the live stream itself. It's the video we watched in the live stream. So if you want to go on there, you can watch the first bit of the video is some clips that Amberlynn had, or some clips from Amberlynn's vlogs that were relevant to what Tammy was talking about. So I added those at the first of the video, and then the rest of it is the conversation that Aunt Tammy had with Jordy the first night, and then Amberlynn's rebuttal to the live stream. So here's part 1 of our last live stream. So yeah, with Daily Motion, I can only put up like 2 hours worth of video at a time, and it has to be under 4 gigs. So it's like, to get, yeah, I couldn't just put it in one, part 2. I couldn't just put it in like one video, unfortunately, so it's in 2 parts on there. Oh, Sig, I'm glad you could make it too. Trying to go live a little bit more often and get used to it. Yeah, so that's the live stream from last time. Well, the video we watched in the live stream, so none of my commentary are on the Daily Motion videos. And then I'm going to do the same thing with what we watched today, and I'll put that on there too, where it's just the live streams of them discussing what's going on. And then it's going to include the post at first. The first post was the post that Tammy made about the text message that Amberlynn sent, and that Tammy was waiting to have that conversation. So I'm going to assume that we're going to be back here for part 3. And I don't think I'm going to be making any videos out of these live streams. I'll just keep them as live streams because it just takes so much time to go out, back through these live streams and make them into a video with my commentary. So I'm just going to instead put the video we watched on my Daily Motion. Well, I guess that's everything for today. Also I did start May of 2018, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the individual days up on Daily Motion as I finish them off, and then I'm going to go live and we'll watch a handful of them. But I put the May 1st on there if you want to check that out. Amberlynn on track. It was a good day for her. I wonder if Amberlynn's going to put any new vlogs out. I haven't really been watching her vlogs, but she's been going live a lot more lately. I guess she just has more to say, and it's easier to probably do that live than it is to put it in a video. Yeah. Alright, let's end it there for today. And we'll see what happens tomorrow, I guess. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your week. And I'll definitely probably be back to see you at some point. But yeah, make sure to turn on the notifications too, because I just kind of pop up live randomly sometimes. I don't really schedule it very far ahead. Whenever I get the opportunity to go live, I just kind of turn it on and go. So I can't second guess myself and like, oh, I should do it later, or put it a few hours from now and be like, oh, I'm busy in a couple hours from now, so I'm gonna have to reschedule the live stream. Like, so yeah. I love when you guys come in and you're like, I'm glad I caught you because I haven't seen one of your live streams yet. It's great. I love that. Alright, so enjoy your week, enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Thanks for hanging out today. I really appreciate it. See ya.